Ev- Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Open Lines. I am your host, Darth Haster. Random topics and madness, and just randomness all around. It's the weekend. Wow. Ah, how is everyone doing tonight out in the tubes of you? Huh? Glad to see everybody. Nobody. Nothing. Not even twinkle. Okay. Um, I was talking all kinds of weird lore and stuff with a friend of mine today, and we were talking about paranormal things and what if and aliens and such, and and what if we've been going at the whole space travel thing wrong? What if aliens aren't going through like space time, but supernatural planes, like the veil between the living and the dead? What if they somehow figured out how to tap into that veil and use it as travel, a means of travel? I mean, maybe we've been going at it all wrong, and maybe that's why we haven't figured it out. Everybody wants to think with logic, but maybe they need to think with supernatural logic. It's just theory. I just it just appeared to me in the top of my head when I believe I was in Mr. Hyde's stream, and it hit me like out of nowhere. Like it just hit me like a sack of hammers. So usually, if something hits me that hard I usually run with it because usually I'm on point. Maybe I'm onto something, and it's got to be. I've got to be onto something because I'm having a hard time thinking of anything else right now. But maybe somebody can help me discuss this. Maybe we could logically make a workaround. I don't know. I'm not a I'm not a professional or anything, but in any sense, more of a jack of all trades, master of none kind of guy. I do have a proclivity for movies and music, though. Movies, music, and the macabre. Ah, so Yeah, where is everyone? There's nobody around tonight. Uh, uh allergies kicking my ass today. So, think today. Random topics, random events. It's everybody's beating this Star Wars holiday special to a pulp, and I don't really want to talk about that. Wow. I guess we could talk bands. Maybe we could talk bands and things. Bands we like. Here we go. Butterflies, welcome. Thanks for coming out of the pneumatic tubes of you and joining me. Thank you very much, Butterflies. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good tonight. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a quiet night tonight. I don't know what's going on in the tubes, but it seems that there's nobody here. What in the heck is going on here? I have no clue.
It is a
But
Saturday, hon. That could
mm,
be it.
it is. It is a
Karaoke night,
Saturday.
ain't it? Karaoke, ain't it?
Uh huh.
That could be it. That's probably where everybody's at. So, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, not much. Um, I've been listening to a lot of Fleetwood Mac lately since
Hmm.
since I happened to get on the cover of The Chain by Evanescence for the Gears 5 commercial. I know it's been a little while, but I happened to run across the Gears 5 commercial and I'm like, I know that song. Hold on, who the hell is that? And that's the first thoughts that come into my head, and I'm like, hold on, that's Fleetwood Mac. So I go through all my albums, and I whip out my Rumors album, and I'm like, holy crap, that's The Chain.
Wow.
So you had to do a remake of a cover. Well, they did a didn't they do a remake of Tears for Fears Mad World for Gears 2 or something, or Gears 3?
I'm not sure, hon. Um,
Because I think it's the Mad World version that you like that made it on the Gears commercial.
oh, I think so. I think so. Sorry.
Gears has the Gears of War games have a habit of using. Hello, Lady Mist.
Hmm.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. Um, it's good to see you. Uh, yeah, yeah. I need to get a hold of
Hi,
Trey.
Lady Miss.
I just thought of something. I need to get a hold of Trey. I completely missed the whole Squirrel Squad members only meetup for Max World Entertainment. Uh-oh. Believe it or not, I literally just got up like what, an hour ago?
Yes,
Was it an
like
hour
a couple
ago?
hours ago. I think it was
And
an hour and a half ago.
yeah, I feel like yeah, I don't even feel awake enough to actually go on, but yet here I am.
Well, hon, you slept like almost all day. I even tried to wake you up, and you're like, no.
I felt like crap like all day.
Wasn't feeling
You
good?
watched the show? It was funny. No, she watched the whole
What show
members only
was it?
show. It was the members only show for Max World Entertainment.
Oh.
We keep freezing up, she says.
Wow. Is that drawing with there, Lady Mist? Did you draw that or somebody else draw that? May I ask?
She's really into art, so
Yes, I am.
no, I just get migraines real bad, and then I go lay down, and then I pass out until I can't. Oh, she did it.
She did it? Lady Mist, I like it.
I think you two need to team up in Discord and draw stuff.
Oh, yes, definitely. I absolutely love drawing.
I think you two would have a field day together.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, she's got her work and her stories all in Discord. All in her Discord, Lady Mist, if you ever get back on Discord. I'm sure Butterflies wouldn't mind sending you a link to her Discord.
No, I don't mind.
Oh, you know how it is. Oh yes, the cluster migraines are a pain in the ass. It's like
It hurts.
I get them on the daily. I get migraines on the daily, like every day. It never fails. Am I echoing?
No, you're not echoing, hon.
Is it 5 by 5 now, Lady Mist? I'm echoing. She says. Whatever happened to your headset?
Who?
You?
I can't find the charger for it, so it's useless.
Well, I found the base for it, but I can't find where the cord is. I do not know.
I lose everything. I suck.
I could talk about what I was talking about, but yeah, I got to listening to a bit of music, and I could show you what Jitsi made me.
Oh my gosh, I love that. He did amazing on that. I'm telling you that right now. I feel so jelly because he does his art amazing.
Let me see if I could get this up. Let's see if I could do this. Um, my entire screen. Okay, share. Hopefully it don't go into anything bad. Please don't. Okay, that's better. You see that, right?
Oh yes. That's cool looking.
That is freaking greasy sweet. I can't wait. It's actually in a folder. It's actually a whole folder. There's like three different images. But as soon as tonight's out, I'm going to figure out how to decompress that folder, and I should have it ready by tomorrow. By tomorrow night. Let's see if I can get some other people in here. All right, stop sharing. I like how my voice just activates the whole thing. Stop sharing and it works. So what have you got going on, butterflies? What have you been working on? Enough about me and my bullshit. What are you into? We're always talking
What am
about
I into?
subjects that. Yeah, that's what I asked.
Um, I'm into anime, drawing anime. I'm working on a drawing.
Aren't you supposed to be working on something for V Star? I believe.
Yes, I'm not finished with it yet.
Apparently, you two. You're drawing for her story, and she's writing the story. I guess how that works.
Yeah. What about that? Mind me asking. That one drawing that I drew you.
Oh, you mean this one? Hold on, I'll share again. Share screen. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. No, that's did I build server? That's okay. It should be in the messages here.
Yeah,
Where
it should be
there's
mine
you.
and yours.
Um, there it
Freaking
is.
French today. But yeah, that's what I drew. I think I did pretty good on it. Not bad for a first try. Darth.
It's not. It's not. It's good. I like it. I think it's cool.
You like it?
Actually, I was trying
Okay.
to make it a thumbnail.
A thumbnail. What's that? A thumbnail.
Like, you know how people got those pictures on their YouTube videos that don't move?
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
That's a thumbnail?
those. That's a thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
Now let's get back to the hell. Okay, stop sharing.
You know that's still on there, right, Lady Miss? I used to have cluster migraines, so I feel for you.
Oh, so no. She has nothing. She has no control of that. I'm the one that. There's what
Oh,
she said about your drawing.
thank you. Oh, I got a lot more than that too. I got like a whole but I got a book full of drawings that I did. I don't know how many is there. Probably like about 40. No, not 40. About almost 100, maybe more drawings that
She
I
likes to
have.
draw a lot. She likes to draw a lot, and I like to imagine up things a lot.
Oh, there is this one drawing I did for Sasha. It was a unicorn mermaid. I really liked it. How I did it. Oh my gosh.
Can you send it to me in Discord? And I'll.
Yeah. Would I still be right here even though if I send it to you?
Um, hit your middle button so you can at least back out. Are you still there? I may have lost her. Don't hit your arrow button. Hit your middle button or your window button to try to get into Discord. Lady Miss, you're pretty good yourself, especially if you drew that yourself. That looks pretty awesome. I like that. Especially if you drew your avatar yourself. I really like that. I think that is now that I know that you drew that up yourself, that is absolutely awesome. I think I knew there was a reason I had you want in Discord. We're artistic minds. That's what we are. We're all artistic minds in one way or another. That's okay. It's okay. We'll just pop you back into the StreamYard since we lost her. We'll get you back in. Your YouTube is missing.
Oh, but there it is. It's just popped up.
Yeah, I think. Phew! Oh, allergies got me. Oh, dear Lord.
Sorry about
Hey,
that.
welcome back, butterflies. I love you. Oh,
Sorry about that.
no, it's okay.
I did send
In
that
between,
picture to you.
you did. Okay, I'm gonna share screen. Thank you, Lady Mist. Yeah, allergies have got me going nuts right now. Oh, wrong thing.
Are you
Share
okay?
screen. Okay, we're sharing screen again, and you said it had to be in here.
It's
Oh, here it
in
is.
your, yeah.
There it is.
I love it. I can't believe how good I did. It took me almost 2 hours to do that. 2 hours.
It's a unicorn mermaid.
Yep.
Is that a
Sasha
corn
loved
maid?
it.
A unicorn maid?
It's a unicorn mermaid.
Is it a maid of corn or a cornamaid or a unicornamaid?
Unicorn mermaid.
I'm trying to um, get it down to one word, and it's
That's kind of
not
hard.
working because fail cakes. All right, so that's that. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool looking. That was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I was babysitting and me and Sasha was like just using like markers and stuff and just drawing. And I told her what she likes and she says she likes mermaids and unicorns. So I mixed them both together.
I have more outdoor than I do indoor allergy. I have more
I have
outdoor
a
than
really bad
indoor
allergy.
allergies, and
That's
it's Parrot Head says mercorn.
Mercorn. Mercorn.
It's a mermaid unicorn. It's a mercorn.
I
Mercorn
really,
for America. Fuck yeah.
I did look up some reference for it, but other than that, I did awesome on it.
I think it's pretty cool looking. I don't think anybody had ever come up with a mermaid unicorn.
Someone has. It's just I did the reference of it and I made her different and the way I pictured it myself. It's just all I had to do is just look at reference. It's not stealing when you're looking at reference and giving you some ideas how to do it. I don't think. I hope not.
Every even comic books have been known to reference off of others, but when they blatantly steal and copy over, that's the
Oh, that makes me mad. You don't copy other people's work and claim it as yours. That makes me so mad. But I love like I said, I reference on something and I'll try to make it different than what the original one was. You know what I mean? Because I want my piece to be different. And I don't think that's stealing at all for making your own piece of doing a reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate it when people would be like, "Oh, you steal art from other people," and I'm like, "No, I don't, because I use
Yes.
reference, but I don't steal anybody's art. No."
Oh, I see what's going on. I know where everybody is now.
Told you, karaoke night. Told you. It's
Sometimes I don't
Saturday.
even know why I bother on karaoke
Why you say that?
because, ugh,
You okay, honey? Are you sure you're not getting sick?
I'm sure. I'm sure. It's just allergies, I swear.
Okay, baby. I
Allergies got
swear, the
me.
day
Got
that you get a fever or anything, I am gonna make you go to the doctors.
aye, 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 Captain.
I worry about you.
I know. I worry about me too. And some people just get, yeah, I agree with you, Lady Miss. Some people are just jealous.
Yeah, that's true. You
There's
know,
a lot of that.
I ain't gonna lie about this. Like, I had a whole bunch of art, and I mean a whole bunch in school, and then somebody stole my whole album of it, changed changed my name, like my, when I put BP on it and all that, and well, they erased
Uh
that
huh.
and put their initials on it and say, "Oh, that's my art," and I was like, "No, you stole that art off of me. Why would you steal my art and claim it as yours?" Oh, it made me so mad.
No, I don't have a fever. It's just, I know what it is. It's all allergies. I'm okay, Parrot Head. He says I got the Rona.
Well, I've been stuffy too, so it's because me being outside a lot too, sneezing and coughing because of the pollen and stuff outside. And
We have the
you
windows open
must
every
be
night
having the
because it's
allergy.
so hot outside.
Yep. Well, I don't think it's been outside, honey. I think it's the cats that has been around me over at when I'm
Oh, great,
babysitting.
great.
Yeah, cats.
That could be it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think. Yep, I
I'm
think
allergic.
that's it.
I'm allergic to pet dander like cats and
Yep,
dogs, and
I think that's what it is.
I mean I love cats and dogs, but they're not
I want a hairless cat.
the dander. Just that'd be the only way I have a cat. It'd have to be hairless.
I want a hairless cat. I always want one. I thought they're the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. People are like, ew, they're ugly. I'm like, no, they're not. They're the cutest things I ever seen. And people will call me weird.
Yes, I love animals, and
I do too.
I think that's why I gravitated more towards the scaly and the insectoid types because I wasn't allergic to them.
On the plus
So
side, you're not allergic to my bird.
yeah, I'm not allergic to birds. It's weird.
Well, birds have feathers. They don't have fur.
Yeah, they don't have fur, so
And they're the only dinosaurs left in this earth. It's true.
the only dinosaurs left. I knew you were going to bring that up. Ah, dinosaurs.
It's true
Oh
though.
no. No, we got a dinosaur. We got Happy Dinosaur. Has anybody seen Happy Dino around YouTube? I love that. I love Happy Dino. He's so happy.
I love dinosaurs.
I mi- I miss him. I don't know. I don't know if he works or what, but he's always he's always fun to have in a chat room.
Oh, honey, you know, I was
Parrot Head.
like,
Hold on. I just had a thought. Parrot Head. Are you a real Parrot Head? I mean, like Jimmy Buffett Parrot Head.
I knew you could ask that. I knew it.
Are you down with the Jimmy Buffett? Anybody with the name Parrot Head, I have to ask.
I knew you would.
Your second gen Parrot Head? Hell yeah. That's it. I just thought up of another topic. We should you wanna come up here and talk some Jimmy Buffett? Let's talk some Jimmy Buffett.
Who's Jimmy Buffett? Is he a buffet?
You don't wait a minute. You don't know who Jimmy Buffett is? Come on. That's it. We need to educate. Come on.
I thought you said Buffett, as in buffet.
We need to that's that Parrot Head. Time for some education.
Uh,
Tell them what being a parrot head really is all about. Your pops introduced you to his music. Ah, yeah, I love Jimmy Buffett is definitely not for everybody. He's one of those.
oh, Buffett,
Do,
not buffet.
do you remember one? Do you remember that song with Alan Jackson? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Butterflies.
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
That who was co-starring on that track or featured on that track was Jimmy Buffett.
No. Was it?
Yeah, that was Jimmy Buffett. If you ever watch the video for that, Jimmy actually shows up in the video. What time zone
Oh,
am
I
I
didn't know
on?
that.
What country am I in? That's Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, okay. Honey, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but I gotta laugh because it sounds like buffet instead of buffet. I'm sorry. Ah,
I could go for a good Chinese buffet right about now.
that's what I thought too. I was like, what is he, a buffet? His last name is a buffet? What? That's what I thought. And I'm like, man, he
I'm
must
not.
have really good buffet.
I'm not laughing too much because I think this is the first time in a long time she's actually saying
What was that?
buffet right.
You keep my breaking off and on.
What the heck? Trouble connecting. It's also called an unstable internet connection. Blah blah blah. Move closer to your router. Blah blah blah.
It's
You
been a
don't know
while.
him?
Yeah, you sound better now. I couldn't
You
help
don't know?
it.
You don't know Mr. Buffett? That's it. We're gonna have to pop some stuff in the Discord. Parrot Head, I know you're in there. Slap some slap some Jimmy Buffett in the Discord. You
Oh
never heard
my.
you never heard the song Margaritaville?
No, I never heard of that. No.
Mr. Hyde is here. Let's pull him out of the pneumatic tubes of you. Hey, Mr. Hyde, how you
Mr.
doing?
Hyde! Hey!
What's up, weirdos?
Not much. You got room to talk.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Buffet!
How are you
Sorry.
guys?
Good.
Good.
But trying to come up with a subject. We're just random stuff here. So
Geez, you
we
guys
were
have
on
been on since and 42 minutes ago. I just got the message now that you guys are live. I could have popped in earlier.
no shit.
I've been sitting here waiting. I'm like, I thought he said he was going to go live. I'm like half asleep. I'm going, no, I promise. I don't go on, man.
No, yeah, I've been on for a good 40 some minutes now.
Jesus. Thanks, YouTube, asshole.
YouTube sucks.
It does because it tells you the last minute.
Why do you think we use Discord for?
I didn't even get the thin notification on Discord.
What?
Yeah. I've been waiting.
What the
There must
dicks
be
is going
something
on?
wrong with your phone then.
What the dicks is going on with that? Well, Loki's Discord went down.
Uh-oh,
So
why?
earlier today, and everybody everybody in Valhalla fell back onto mine. So
Hello, Lady Mist. And Pearhead says I'm a bit slow. Yes, yes, I am. The story of my life. I'm slow.
It's okay.
it happens when we get older.
Yeah, that's right. Getting old sucks.
I've been telling you both you're not freaking old.
Says the lady who's like in her 20s.
Hey now. I'm not ready to be 30 yet.
You're
Is
not
it-
even 30 yet?
No, not yet.
Nice.
I got
What, 4 years maybe?
5 years.
Wow. I'm not going to tell you
I
how
think
old I'm
4
going to be in
years. You're right, Ted.
January.
Sure.
I think I know how old you are, don't I?
Probably. Going to be half a century old in January.
Once again, I'm thinking of my brother Jonathan. I'm all excited about my nephew. That's why.
So how's everyone doing?
She's
Doing
gonna
good?
be an aunt.
Yes,
Nice.
and I found out it's a boy.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
I'm all excited.
My I don't know if I'm going to be a grandfather yet, but my oldest daughter just met somebody, and they've been talking about starting a family. And my youngest is married and living in New York, and her husband's in military, so I don't think they'll have start a family anytime soon.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Unless you start your family before you go into the service, it's gonna be a while.
Yep.
Feel bad for her though. Like her husband gotta go to military. Does he like to go?
It's like that's like my best friend. He went into the Air Force and he couldn't have his wife on base.
Speaking of military, hey hon, remember what my grandma told me about her dad, my great grandfather?
Yeah, he wasn't he in the Korean War or something?
Yeah, he was a. I think he was a
Was he in the
something about a
army or
something about a flight or something.
so he was probably
A pilot or something. I don't remember.
probably a pilot. That was probably before they made the Air Force, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Do you know, Mr. Hyde, when they actually made the Air Force?
Nope. I'm out on that one. We can Google it though. Google's our friend.
Yeah, but
I said Google and my phone just turned on. Freaky. You
No,
cue the X Files
I'm
theme.
telling you, military. I'm telling you. Um.
I
We
was
don't
going
have no spies through our phones. I tell you.
I was going Twilight Zone, but X Files works too.
Hun,
Yes.
we seriously got to get the whole series of Heroes.
Yeah, you keep mentioning that.
I want to watch it again. I don't know how long ago we watched that.
Parrot has said September 18th, 1947. So it was after World War One.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Eh?
Hello, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Admiral.
Oh,
It's a singing bird.
it is a singing bird.
Well, at least the
I love that
gremlins aren't
song.
acting up in this one.
Yeah, for once. Yeah, even the bird's laughing at the whole gremlin joke. I don't know if you actually heard Pikachu, but yeah. We're doing it inside. It's kind of jacket weather outside.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Is it cold out there?
yeah, it's a little cold out.
It's in the 60s tonight.
Feels great. Yay.
Jeez, what's it here? Yeah, it's 23 degrees still here, so we're probably with humidity, we're probably sitting about 26 degrees. That's Celsius, so I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit.
I forgot you're in Canada.
I'm a Canadian, eh?
You use the metrics. You don't deal with the metric system.
Yeah.
What was that one song?
Take off your hoser.
Fly Me to the Moon. I love that song.
Fly Me to the Moon by
Yeah.
Sinatra. Fly me to the moon.
Yeah,
That one?
that's it. Probably.
Yep.
Frank Sinatra.
Fly me to the moon. I love it.
She loves it when I sing it. Somehow I end up sounding like Frank. She says, I don't know.
Yeah, Parrothead says it's 78.8 then degrees out. So
Ooh, he'd be
yeah,
the one to
so
convert it.
it's my Canadian blood is boiling up here.
I, I don't know what is going on in the tubes of the U, but it seems to be lagging quite a bit.
Something's funny going on with the internet, I think, lately.
Yeah.
Trump's trying to figure out what to purge.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't he purge TikTok? Didn't he? Is that
Yeah,
what I heard? Yeah.
yeah, he's already
I
purged
don't even,
TikTok.
I don't even want to talk about the purge. That's scary. Stop. Even though I laugh.
No, we're talking about an internet purge, not that kind of purge.
Oy,
Oh, okay.
Lady Miss says it's 8 p.m. and it's still 98 where she is. Wow.
Where does she live? In Florida?
No, somewhere. What is it? California?
California?
Or is it Arizona? I can't remember.
It's going on 11 p.m. here.
Yeah, it's 10:52 here.
Yep, it is.
Yes, which one? California or Arizona?
It's definitely in one of the hotter states, apparently.
Yeah.
Jeez. I can't have 98 that way. I'd die. There was a couple times this summer here it got up to like 105 degrees and oh my god, I couldn't function. Southern California.
Ah. You had to translate all your clocks 22. Oh, yes, you go by military time.
Yeah, I do too with work.
I don't know what military time is.
I
I'm
could
so
re-
confused with it.
I could read military time because, well, like I said, my dad was a Vietnam vet. I don't know if you guys caught that with all the stuff and the chats and guesting and stuff, but yeah, my dad's a Vietnam vet. He taught me how to read military time, or
Mhm.
I
taught me
love
a
your
few
dad
other.
though. Your dad is a sweetheart and a little perverted.
But we love him anyway.
Yep.
Let's just say
Oh,
let's just say there's a reason my brother doesn't bring any girlfriends to the house anymore.
well, I'll go with it anyways with him. His face would turn so red. I don't care.
Oh, lady missed.
119. Oh my god.
Sweet
Where
Jeebus.
do you live at, Lady Miss?
Southern
Holy crap!
you
Southern
said
California. Oof. I can't imagine. 119
Gosh.
degrees. That's me sitting there in vegging like a zombie and not being able to move.
now I see why the Native American peoples over there.
I'll be
I
jumping
can't
in a pool.
I can't remember the exact name, so don't go all hate speech on me.
Cancel Darth Astor.
Shut up. Anyway, uh, I had a train of thought, but it's gone now. There. Oh yes, there's a reason why they had their homes underground
Why?
because it's so freaking
It's,
hot above
it's so
ground.
hot. Yeah, that's right. It's cooler underground. Admiral says, remember the clock that I built in my studio was a 24-hour clock. Confuses the hell out of people trying to read it. I have to say, I like your setup there, Admiral. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Out
it's
of open
true.
containers are prohibited.
It's true, Parrot Head. You should have heard the conversations we had when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid and my dad's buddies would come over.
125 further in the high desert. Palm Springs has gotten as hot as 137. Well, I know where I'm not going for vacation.
Oh,
That's for sure. Let's go to Ohio. Not Ohio. Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oahu. Oahu.
You know, like Lilo and Stitch?
Oh yeah.
I love Lilo and Stitch.
I've been having a lot of those. I don't I
Again,
don't I don't know if it's because of they said if I actually went off of all my medication I'd start having memory problems.
Oh, like forgetting when you're going to be going on someone's live stream kind of memory problems?
No, I actually fell asleep. I fell asleep. I laid down because I had a migraine
Mhm.
and I fell asleep and I couldn't get up.
and FYI, he never told me anything about him streaming today.
Well, if you paid
Whatever you call it. And
well,
if he would have, I would have wake you up. But I tried to wake you up a couple of times, but you're like, no, and you rolled back over. I'm like, okay.
yeah, sometimes I interact. She says I sleep interact with her.
Yep. And not only that, you like to elbow me on the face a lot.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah. And that's why I sleep in the living room sometimes because you end up really
Yep,
hurting me.
marking this one private.
Where the heck?
Yep, definitely marking this one private.
Sorry about that.
Last thing I need is DC to get a hold of this.
DC. Who's DC?
Jeez.
You don't know who DC is? Hello, my friends.
Oh. What happened to him?
Oh, he's still around.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying, do you still watch him or?
What haters? There's only like 3, 4 of us in the chat. Everybody here seems to be a regular. And I'm happy for what little regulars I have. I thank every single one of you. I may not have many viewers, but I love my dedicated few. Thank
It's,
you, every single one of you.
as I call it on my channel, it's all about quality, not quantity.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
All you guys have been really consistent with viewing, and I love it. I I I thank you all. You guys keep me going. Eh, It's what keeps me trucking to actually keep on continuing.
Something that you love, honey.
I like to talk to people,
Yes.
and that's what I think. I think it's what makes this open lines thing so great. Speaking of open lines, I better pop that thing in the StreamYards. I've just been rambling on and on and on here. Let's see if we can get some. I know the Admiral's at work, I'm pretty sure. Or are you at work? YouTube is always listening.
Well, hun,
Always
um,
listening.
listen to me for a sec. I know I may not be on here so much, and I apologize about that. You know, I babysit and stuff,
I know
and
sometimes
I don't.
you get
Yeah,
a little busy, but
yes,
you've always came in clutch when I didn't have anybody in here,
yes,
and
I
and
do. I
that's
try to.
cool. I thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, honey. I love you. Do anything for you.
Parrot head's here for Pikachu.
You're here for Pikachu. Oh, maybe one day we could do a stream about Pikachu.
That's it. Should we do a Pikachu cam one day?
Yes. And so we could do like show them that the cage and all, whatever, and just show Pikachu around, like show him Pikachu, and hopefully he'll be very talkable.
Well, it looks like Pikachu's quite sleeping right now. So
Oh, my poor baby! I forgot to cover him up, didn't I?
yeah, he's
He's
Pikachu's,
waiting for
yeah,
me
he's a
to
little
give him
barren right now, but
kisses and good
so he's
night.
quietly judging you right now, then, is he? Because you forgot to cover him up.
No, he's probably mad at me because I didn't give him any kisses good night. That's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna mute this for a sec and do that real
okay,
fast.
I'm gonna temporarily mute you.
Yeah, we don't want to hear her kissing her bird. Just trying to upload something to my YouTube, and it's being a dick.
Yeah, I barely caught the butt end of your stream, and I was also supposed to be in the Squirrel member stream for Trey today. So I'm like, then I had to boot the computer, and then that was over. You're hearing her through my mic, aren't you? So what do you got on your plate, Mr. Hyde?
I'm back.
Not much actually. Wife is working tonight, so I'm just doing some work on some projects for my channel, and yeah, it's way past my bedtime.
Way past your bedtime. It's you have a bedtime on the weekend,
I'm old.
and you're an adult.
He probably has work. That's
No,
probably
I don't
why.
work weekends. I'm a Monday to Friday guy. I don't work weekends unless there's an emergency.
Oh,
Oh, I did get a
And
phone
by
call 2 nights ago, 1 o'clock in the morning, for one of my officers, and I'm like, "Really, dude?"
oh man, speaking of work, or is that more your hobby, the whole medium thing?
Yeah, it's a hobby. I don't do that professionally.
I do find that stuff interesting. I was thinking about what we said on the stream. What if the NASA's got it all wrong? What
Could.
if what if the aliens are actually tapping into the spiritual realm to teleport here instead of space time?
Hmm. It's an interesting theory, isn't it? There it
yeah,
is.
that is interesting.
What if they figured out the gateway?
Oh. They're a heck of a lot smarter than we are, that's for sure.
But if they figured out the gateway, that's probably why we haven't been figured it out. We're going at it the whole damn wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're looking for ways to travel through space time, and maybe we are in distance time, and we're looking just for regular travel and travel through space time teleportation. Maybe we're going at it the wrong way. Maybe we should go through supernatural mean teleportation.
Suddenly, I need to roll up a joint.
A little too heavy.
A little too heavy, especially at 10 after 11 and 10 after 11 at night. I'll be like, "Hey, man."
I mean, it does kind of make sense because, I mean, in theory, it makes sense because
Mhm.
what if they have been going at it wrong and that's the reason we hadn't figured it out yet?
You know, they are smart. I think they've been around a lot longer than we think they have been. And I think they're actually more around than what we think they are.
Oh, definitely.
Poetry.
Especially on the latter part.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't spell. There we are.
Holy crap. We got another one at the pneumatic tubes of you. Welcome, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Wearing another one of my favorite T-shirts tonight.
I don't have a subscription to your issues.
So what's going on?
I have a whole subscription to my issues, and they've been piling up for years.
That's why I don't go to the mailbox. Mr. Hyde,
Yes.
you see the clock right there?
Yep.
That is the clock I built. That's a 24-hour clock.
Cool.
When it's noon, the hands are straight up and down. Q's and fuses the hell out of people.
It's a cool clock.
You built that for?
I built that one. Yes.
That is cool looking.
And
I'm surprised you don't have the arcade machine running.
and this one.
Ooh, I like that one. That's cool looking.
That is cool. What'd you make that out of? Is it a resin?
No, it's called 1x4.
Woo!
Oh,
Wow.
I wouldn't have known that if you hadn't turned that over.
Yeah.
It looks like a resin build.
Nice guitar.
That's staying nice.
Yeah, my number one is right over my shoulder. The Epiphone viola, and then my acoustic bass.
You play?
Barely. I'm learning. And I've been thinking about it. What I'm thinking about doing in here is, as Haster will tell you, the studio changes every time I do short attention span theater on Monday morning. Well, I'm thinking about moving my I Love Me wall here and moving all my license plates. So,
That'd work.
but hey,
Keep the clock, though. Keep the clock.
of course.
That clock just screams you all around.
Yeah, hang on.
Okay.
Yes, bring it down and look at it. Oh, that is neat.
Nice.
You know, it'd be easier if I put on my headphones so I could hear what you guys are saying. See? Lots of little pieces of wood.
Wow.
Oh.
That is neat. I really like that. Love stuff like that, especially when people like to do like art stuff. And
Yeah.
I say that's art right there.
I have a train room that's currently full of sawdust because I've been doing woodworking in there. I need to get my train room cleaned up.
What have you been working on, may I ask?
Sorted clocks, and I built a table,
Clock
cabinet
maker.
table, and a matching clock, and I built the mantelpiece over my fireplace.
I can tell you like to make clocks.
Clockworking is a dying art.
Yeah,
I
well,
like that.
it's simple, you know. So I just it's fun. Though I haven't had a lot of time. Okay, lately I haven't had a lot of time for woodworking. I've been spending a lot of time on YouTube, actually doing things like this.
It's it can be quite time consuming, but it's a lot of fun.
That it is.
And of course, when Loki was talking about the arcade game the other day, the Retro Pi, this one is a Retro Pi here. So
It's a Raspberry Pi, isn't it?
yep. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That should.
Yep. It's working now.
Mm-hmm.
What you got playing?
Haven't decided that yet. Wait till the menu comes up.
We lost somebody.
Lost
Did we?
butterflies.
We lost her.
Well, let's pull her back up into the pneumatic tubes of you, and there she is. Hey, butterflies.
I don't know what happened. I like clicked on my cam and it's like, nope.
Gremlins.
Let me see if I can get that logo down.
Or you can just put it right
That
in the
way you don't have
piece.
I could try. I don't think it'll work.
There we go. Robotron 2084.
Nice.
I'm still looking for that picture that you made, butterflies. I could have sworn I had it on the computer here.
What is it, hon?
The one you drew. I've been looking for it.
Hold on.
Maybe I could.
So how's it going, Mr. Hyde?
It's going pretty good. Yourself?
Normally I'm sleeping all weekend, and I haven't managed to do that this one.
You work this weekend?
No. We had a truck come in today, I decided I'll unload it Monday. So, okay.
I'm on 24-hour call, so sometimes I get nice phone calls at wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, well. Yeah, here it is. Do. Okay. This is the last major project I did.
I'm getting to it.
Oh, you're fine.
Let's see. Here it is.
That's cool.
And then let's see. That's the set, the clock, and the.
That's pretty.
And believe it or not, it's all cheap 1x4.
Really?
Every bit of it.
Wow. That's
Except for around the clock, that's a 2x2.
That's pretty sexy for 1x4. I mean, it looks really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I
That's
didn't-
really sharp.
I didn't think 1x4 would look that good.
Well, you take some 1x4, you rip it in half, and cut it in varying lengths between 6 and 12 inches, and you get the door and the top. Yeah, there's the top.
Wow.
I joke
I
that
like the way you can see the grains and
I like to joke that Doomfort Productions makes cheap lumber look good.
The detail in the wood is stunning.
And there's the clock with the same layout. "30 inches high. You know.
That's cool.
That
the
is rather
detail
cool.
is incredible in the wood.
Like I said, I took a 1x4 and ripped it in half and cut it in little sections, and it's only cost me the tip of my middle finger on my left hand. By the way, don't grab a spinning saw blade. Never recommended.
I wouldn't recommend it either.
Especially on the short side. So who do we have here tonight in chat?
I don't know. Is Lady Miss, you still here?
How many of them did I chase away when I came up?
I really don't know.
Sorry about that. I had to mute for a sec because I was looking for something.
Anyway, so Mr. Hyde, you got an idea of what my streams go like, except when we're doing them for 8 hours.
The one today went really long too, didn't it?
Yeah, 4.5 hours, but
Yeah.
But I mean, my live streams tend to do that. They just sort of go out and.
But those are the best kind, though, too, right? We just sometimes I'll have an open one like that on mine too, and just people would just chat about everything.
No, I go in with the. You can ask Haster because it's been the running joke. The short attention span theater is the The idea behind it is how fast can we possibly run off the rails?
Depending on if we start with rails.
Well, there's that. I mean, we go, oh, look.
That's kind of what this is turning out to be just about every Saturday.
Yeah, because you're going against a lot of people.
I don't know. I'm definitely against the grain when it comes
A lot of
to.
people were on this afternoon, I found, eh? Like there's a lot of different streams going at the same time.
Usually 2, 3 o'clock is usually good. Nobody's hardly on.
Yeah.
I find that every other week the only competition I usually have is Doomcock.
And that's some stiff competition.
Yeah.
That's a good bit of competition. Speaking
Unless-
of, have you heard anything?
No.
Apparently, he's trying to dig for dirt on me.
Why you?
Because, yeah,
He's trying to do what?
yeah. Apparently, he's going on Twitter. I guess it's Harvey Cthulhu trying to get dirt on me.
Yeah.
Why? He didn't do nothing.
Yeah. What did I do? What did I do to you, dude? I did nothing.
Yeah, you
Besides
have 70.
start my own YouTube channel.
He has what? 100,000 times the subscribers you have?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I just,
Is he scared?
no, I doubt that. I just live in my basement and, okay, I am looking at that, is that the original 1978 Battlestar Galactica behind you?
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on, I'll get it up, bring it up closer. Just give me 1 second.
Yes. Parrot head squirrel.
Well, I know we didn't start that on Short Attention Span Theater, but it has just gone rampant since then.
I think the Valkyrie started that, but I think it's been on the internet for longer than the Valkyries.
Oh, I know. Oh, that is so cool.
The only thing that I wish I had was the eye, like a little battery in it, so the eye
Yeah.
would go back and forth.
Is that the DVD or disc set, or what is that?
It's the complete series.
The DVD set?
Not 1980 one included. It's just the original 1978.
Oh.
So it comes with a nice little book.
Yeah. As
That is
campy,
boss.
as campy and as cheesy as that show looks now, it was the bomb then.
Oh, it was, I don't know if you can see the.
What is that? What show is
A
it?
family of sci-fi lovers, so yeah.
Battlestar Galactica, the original.
Never heard of it.
Like I said, my dad was a Star
Never heard of Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar
You're gonna have to get you
Galactica.
educated there, butterflies.
Yes, I'm going to have to do something about that.
Yeah.
Gonna have to remedy that.
Oh, this thing's my pride and joy.
I'm interested. I'm interested to
Sorry.
know which version of the pilot did it have? The Death of Baltar or the Savior of Baltar?
Death of Baltar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't understand what that is implying. or should I understand what that's implying?
Yes. See, it's as fantastic as the new Battlestar Galactica was, and I've not seen many of them, but you just can't beat the design of the original Battlestar Galactica.
That's right.
Speaking of Battlestar Galactica, did anybody see that show Caprica?
I tried watching it, but I couldn't get into it.
I don't watch TV, so
I stopped
think I,
watching TV years ago.
I think I saw 2 episodes of it, and I'm like, eh.
I mean, the original Battlestar Galactica. I am reminded that I will remember to my dying days that the one episode of A-Team where Face is standing at this
Yeah, and the Cylon walks by.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a funny scene. Classic.
I don't know. I'm kind of partial to the newer Battlestar Galactica. Of course, yeah, Trisha Helfer. I can't help
Well,
myself.
I hadn't seen much of it, but the fact that some of the changes they made, especially to the Cylons,
Yeah.
because the Cylons were an individual race that hated the humans for interfering with their internal affairs.
Yep.
Weren't they originally lizard people that made
the Centurions to do their battles for them, and the Centurions turned on them. Yes, the Imperious leader was in the. Oh yes.
The design of those Cylons are absolutely. I didn't like the new designs in the new series,
but
I never watched the old series. That's probably my problem.
The Cylons, their Imperious leader was a machine, but it had 3 brains, like the original lizard Cylons did. So,
Yeah, I'd like to have old Drew on here one time. I'd love to just pick his brain.
and it was a bummer when they canceled Galactic after 1 season. But again,
But I got to thinking about something. Since they were a reptile,
yeah,
since the Cylons were once a reptilian race, and it came out in what 1970? What again, Mr. Hudd? 1978. Okay, so it's after. It's funny how Lovecraft mentions in the Nameless City a race of reptiles that used to live underground, possibly old deep ones that live above ground. And that could have been the formation of the Cylons.
could they?
Or am I digging too deep?
No, remember the colonials, as they called themselves. There was a 13th colony.
Mm-hmm.
Which very well could have been the Nameless City.
No, the 13th colony was the myth. Their religion involved the 13th colony called Earth.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
And the other 12 colonies were named after the signs of the zodiac.
Yep, Capricorn.
Vega, I remember. Caprica.
Vega.
Sagittarius.
Yep. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
Hey, dog.
Scorpius.
I'm
Yeah.
have to get off here because my phone is like really hot and
Okay. Okay. No,
it's
no
like
more explanation.
everybody
I know how it
is.
is. We'll see
Well,
you
it's
in
nice
chat.
chatting with you, butterflies.
Yes.
Finally.
It's
Yeah,
like
I'm
everybody.
gonna have to get a Discord hangout one of these days. Probably
Yeah.
if I get to 100 subscribers, I'll have like a Discord hangout and everybody could chill out in there. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's there were Aurelion, Aquaria, Canceron, Caprica, Geminon,
Yep.
Leonus, Libran, Picon, Sagittarion, Scorpia, Tauron, Virgon. And all the different colonials were different depending on their planet. Adama, and that's the other change that they made.
He wasn't from Caprica.
Well, no, he was from Caprica, but Adama wasn't the last name of the commander. It was his name.
Speaking of him, Supreme Heretic, how you doing today? We're talking your subject. You want to come up here and chill for a little bit?
Is this BSG?
Yes, we're talking BSG.
Yes, we are.
I had
But Adama was his name. It wasn't his last name. It wasn't William Adama. His name was Adama, and his son's name was Apollo.
mhm.
It wasn't a call sign. It was his name. That change and the backstory to the Cylons were the two things that.
Really turned you off.
Well, no, I didn't say turn me off. I just never got a chance to watch it. But they're those are the two changes that would have rubbed me the wrong way had I stopped to watch it. How's that sound? How's that? That and the design of the Galactica. Oh,
Yeah, come on up.
the Galactica, the original Galactica was just so epic.
Oh, it was.
Cheesy graphics. I'll give you that. Oh my God.
It's a shame that they it only lasted the one season.
Nothing beats the Vipers from the original.
No.
And the Cylon Raiders. And
The Cylon Raiders ships are my favorite.
I got to do this.
I just didn't like
Starting to hurt my ears.
I just didn't like the base stars, the look of the base stars in the new one. Because the base stars on the original almost look like the Deep Space Nine orb, only wider.
Mm-hmm.
And as I recall, the graphics that I've seen, they were star-shaped in the new one.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't like
come on
the
in
look
here.
of the one.
Come on in here, Supreme Heretic.
I heard nothing but great things about the newer Battlestar Galactica. I just never got a chance to see it.
I have it. You can't see it, but it's on the shelf above my TARDIS.
Okay. Is that? Yes, that is. That is Spinal Tap.
That's Rush.
Is that Rush?
Yep.
Yeah, shows you how bad my eyes are at this point. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, because I recognize Neil Peart back there.
Yep. Neil Peart. He's in the back playing the drums.
But the one on my right almost looks like Mike McKeon's part.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, no, it's Alec Lifeson.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does look like Spinal Tap when you first look at it.
Is he coming up here?
I was hoping he would, but maybe I'd run my little theory by him.
But
Wonder if he could see it.
you know, I'm not one of those that automatically poo-poo new things because they're new and destroy what in theory, destroy what came before. Okay.
Oh wait, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it before. I went into Star Trek, JJ's Star Trek, expecting to hate it, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I went into Ghostbusters 2016 expecting to hate it. The comedy was over the top. It wasn't Ghostbusters, but it was entertaining enough to keep me, as long as I turned the brain off. But it wasn't as bad as people said.
Kate McKenna. I love Kate McKenna, and I thought she was fantastic in that movie. I like everything that she's been in. I mean, it wasn't
I
a
like
great
Melissa
movie,
McCarthy.
but I didn't like Mrs. McCarthy in that movie at all, actually. I don't know what it was, but
I don't
All right,
like,
here we go.
what's her name? Wig?
We're pulling him.
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
thought
a
she
big
fell a
fan
little
of hers.
flat. But anyway, here we go. Pulling him out of the pneumatic tubes of you. It's Drew, the Supreme Heretic. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, don't pull so hard. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Careful.
If you're going to pull
Sorry
that
about
hard,
that.
keep doing it.
My tentacles got a mind of their own.
Oh man. Are you talking
Sorry.
How you
Taylor
doing?
Mogan in there.
So you talking my subject? You've been in my stream, so you know I get into it.
I know.
I was just
I
saying.
got a theory to run by you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
I'm
very
all-
Lovecraftian, so you may want to hold on to your butt.
All right. Hey, I'll listen to theories.
Okay. The original Battlestar Galactica came out in 1978.
Yeah,
The
I
Cylons
remember.
were basically made of a reptilian race.
Mm-hmm.
But what if that reptilian race was found in the nameless city that Lovecraft wrote about?
So that would have been interesting. Yeah.
It's
What if it
entirely
was based
possible.
off of that?
Well, the Cylons are Democrats, don't you know?
Well,
Oh my God! I knew somebody was going to bring it up sooner or later. And
Fucking reptilians.
no,
But-
no, it's entirely possible because let's face it, Battlestar Galactica, the original, was in legal trouble with Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
over the design of the Viper.
Yeah, it was a complete it was a blatant Star Wars rip. It was they missed a lot of opportunities. The things that I liked about the 78 show were I liked kind of the little delving into the Egyptian mythology a little bit and stuff like that and whatnot. But the thing of it was what killed 78 ultimately was they missed way too many opportunities and it was too campy.
Yes.
And had it been a little more serious, I think it would have stuck around. Larson was good at those shows. I mean, yeah.
My favorite thing about that whole the whole okay, I met Richard Hatch when he was trying to do a continuation of the original.
Mm-hmm.
But before Ronald Moore had his thing. And they were trying to figure out who owned the rights to Battlestar Galactica, and somebody finally figured out it was Universal and Glenn Larson.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew.
Well, no, because it had been shelved for so long, and kind of and Richard Hatch, the stuff he was trying to do, he didn't make no headway because he wasn't getting no love from the from big Hollywood. They were just like, you know,
Right.
they railroaded him left and right. They didn't give him a chance. So,
Although the stuff that he did was pretty good.
well, yeah, he had a trailer that he was showing not too long before Sci-Fi greenlit the more stuff that you know, it was only about thank God it was as recent as 7 months right before that you
Right.
know, he had been showing it around conventions and it was actually pretty good, but big Hollywood didn't take it seriously, and by then, you know, Moore had worked out the stuff they worked out to do the mini, and they
Yeah,
went
because
ahead.
that was the whole thing. Sci-Fi's trying to figure out who owned the rights to
Yeah,
Battlestar Galactica so they could do it, and then they finally figured out, oh, wait a minute, we do.
and they went ahead with the mini, and you know, I believe early on, well, Larson got an EP credit on it, on that, and you know, I believe he got a consulting credit on the series on you know, the two when it got a series order, but the mini he got a EP credit on, and you know, the reason that I'm having so much fun doing the Pegasus Actual podcast in the 2004 show is, my God, the storylines there's no comparison. They're far and away better than anything that was in 78.
Right.
Now, 78 was good from they started off with some decent momentum with the beginning of it, but it fell flat really quick because it got pretty goofy.
Well,
And
yeah, and unfortunately, part of the problem there was that ABC, who was bankrolling it, said, you know, you got to do something here. These are too expensive for the ratings we're getting.
mhm.
And it kept the budget for each episode kept going down.
Yeah,
So that
and they also you know, that's the reason why if you ever watch 78, it's hilarious. They use so much stock footage, it's not funny.
oh yeah,
Because you know, the fact that the budget's shrunk on 78, and you know, the reason that I enjoyed, I think, 2004 was, like I said, you had a writer's room that was freaking incredible. You had the best of the writers from DS9 that came over to do, you know, BSG.
right.
So, I mean, you had great episodes. Even some of the standalones were great. Now,
I would have loved the same. I would have loved those storylines. See, my nitpicking with the new Battlestar Galactica is little things. Okay,
mhm.
um, Adama never had a first name.
Yeah,
That
he
was
did.
his name, huh?
Are you talking? Oh, 78
From
Adama
the
did.
'78.
Yeah. Lauren Green's Adama didn't. He was just Adama.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I loved the old Battlestar Galactica versus the new one. The design, it just looked more. I don't know. I just liked it better. I like the Cylon base stars in the original.
Yeah,
Compared,
I wasn't a big fan of the base ships in this one so much as now I like the resurrection ship. I like when they showed the resurrection ship, and they had that arc when the Pegasus came in and they blew up the resurrection ship.
right? And
Resurrection ship was dope, man. I really liked the way that looked. It had a really unique look to it, and I thought that was cool. I like the Raptors. The Viper Mark IIs were okay. I don't know that I like them better than the original Mark Ones that were, well, they consider 78s Mark Ones.
Yeah.
The Mark One Vipers I like better than Mark Twos. I like the fact, huh?
I do enjoy the Mark ones a lot better.
Yeah. Now I will say this. Now in the new show, I like the Viper Mark Sevens better than I like the Mark Twos, and a lot of people are like, "No, I like the Mark Twos better than the Mark Sevens," but I like the Mark Sevens in the new show, like the one that Lee was flying, and then later on Kara was flying one for a while she was serving on the Pegasus, but but I liked the Mark Sevens because they reminded me of F-16s, and and I thought they had really cool lines to them. So I really kind of dug that because it gave me like an Iron Eagle type feel when I was watching it.
Yeah, I think the feel of the like the names being more call signs than their actual names. It's a little thing, but it
I mean, I can understand that. I guess Doom, but the thing is
but the
okay.
storylines apparently were fantastic. So who cares?
Yeah, you know, and I like how it had a little bit more military feel to it the second
Right.
time around. Now, see, I was a fan of that because I like the whole like sort of fighter pilot feel that they had. So they had call signs, and I thought that was cool
Right.
because even some of the secondary characters that became bigger over time in the overall premise of the story. It gave them a little bit extra panache to their personalities, and I like that, and I agree with you. The original Galactica for '78, I like that ship a lot better than this Galactica. I never really, while I like the inside of this Galactica, the
Yeah.
'78 Galactica, I like the outside a lot better.
Although I hate to say it, but I do like the way they introduced the Pegasus in the original better than the way they introduced it in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, well, it arrived with a little more flair, but this Pegasus in the Ron Moore universe looks a hell of a lot better than the old Pegasus.
Right. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
this Pegasus was awesome. I mean, the Pegasus they made for the 2004 series was absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I mean, nothing beats two Cylons and Baltar and the Cylon going, what should we do about the other Battlestar? Because that's how the Pegasus was that's how the Pegasus was introduced in '78.
Mm-hmm.
What other Battlestar?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I know. I mean, it was introduced in the middle of an action sequence, and I like that. I like it coming in that way, but I also didn't mind the way that they introduced it in '04.
Oh,
See the I need to have you on. See, I've been looking for people forever because eventually I wanted to do a debate panel and have the old debate which one was better, '78 or 2004. And see, I can definitely line you up for that panel now because DJ Odyssey said he wants to be on the '78 side. You want to be on the '78 side, sounds like.
well,
And
let me again. I haven't watched too much of the new one. I don't watch TV. Okay, so it's not that I didn't like it; it's that I never got. Have you seen what I program on my channel? It's radio,
mm-hmm,
and
yeah.
that's what I spend a lot of time doing. And I'm not one of those people that go, I hate it because it destroys everything I knew before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that. Like I was just saying before you got up here, I watched the JJ Trek. I expected to hate it and didn't. I watched Ghostbusters 2016. I expected to hate it and didn't. Change happens. I understand that. I've got the DVD set for Picard right here in front of me that I'm going to be watching at some point. Okay, I expect to hate it because that's what I've been told. I'm not saying that I will. I probably won't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to disappoint.
And we got another one coming up from. And we got another one coming up from the pneumatic tubes of you. And
Adega.
welcome, Adega. How you
Good
doing?
evening. Good evening. What's
But
new and exciting?
I don't know.
Having
Out here,
these guys up here talking Battlestar Galactica. That's what's
Battlestar
pretty
Galactica.
exciting.
I don't know. I mean, I want to hear your guys' opinion on 78 because Haster, you just been sitting there listening. And same thing with Hyde. So
it kind of makes it obvious.
I mean, I'll let you guys go and explain it away. Like when I listen, I don't hate 78, but there was a reason it had one season, and then when they had the awful continuation with Galactica 80. I mean, it just
We do not
torpedoed
discuss
it.
Galactic 80.
Well, I'm just saying it just torpedoed it, and that's what kept it locked away for so long because nobody wanted to think about that. But the thing is,
okay, here's what I tell people: Galactica 80 was so bad that they didn't even show all the episodes they had filmed.
I've got a confession.
Okay.
Galactica 80 is what turned me on to the series.
Son of a bitch.
Don't hate. I was born in 1980,
has
so
their handicaps and defects.
Boy, you started
and
smoking
troubles.
drugs early, didn't you, buddy?
Oh man, yeah. Good God. All right. So, but like I said, that season of 78, I liked it. 2004, I liked and I preferred because it had a fully fleshed out run, and they had a pretty satisfying story. Although the series finale could have been better. However, 2004 stands out because at one point it was widely considered. It was Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones. It was the best show on television at one point, and I mean that's all that needs to be said. Like the 2004 version established a deep lore, a deep universe. There's a ton of stuff, and I'm not saying 78 didn't, but 2004 established a great universe and lore as well. So that's all I'm saying. I think they're pretty equal, but I do prefer 2004 a little bit, and obviously because it ran longer. But that's my opinion. So
Right.
Go ahead, Hyde and Haster. I want to hear what your guys' take is.
Who wants to go first?
I like. I guess I'll go. I like the 2000s versions better because, well, I don't know if it's because I got to thank Patricia Helfer or whatever what it is. I don't know, but
Damn, man.
yeah, and Butterflies does know it. Just in case.
I don't know because I kind of.
But
his mind clouded.
I like the Cylons, and I like. But am I roboting?
Little bit, not much.
I don't know. See, I was kind
Am
of.
I roboting?
Little bit.
Okay.
I was jealous of Starbuck in the original. Athena and or Cassiopeia.
I don't know
really?
what it was. I do. Okay, I get that, but I do like the storylines and the plot lines. I guess it just seems to be a little more cohesive. I guess.
Well, there is, but and there's some interesting things, and I'll outline them after Mr. Hyde has to say. There's some interesting tidbits I could share with you guys, and this is stuff I haven't even shared on my show that I will share here. So, all right,
I liked aspects of both series.
Mhm.
It's too bad we can't combine them all together.
Mhm.
But I'm more of a 78 fan because I like campy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair point.
But I liked, I love the old Cylons.
Like I said, I didn't see 78.
Yeah. But the storylines were much better in
04.
2004. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had that in the 78, I think we would have had a longer series.
Oh, absolutely. If you would have had writing on that part, it would be. And here's a little tidbit I was going to drop. So, for those of you in the chat that watch the Pegasus Actual podcast, or those of you on this panel that watch the Pegasus Actual podcast on my channel, you guys know we're currently like rolling through season 2, and when we're done, obviously we're going to move into season 3. When we move into season 3, one cool thing that we get to see in season 3 was an unused storyline that they were going to use for Deep Space Nine. And that was they were going to do some extensive exploration into the occupation of Bajor. And what they did with that storyline, since they never got to use that, was they sort of molded that into the occupation of New Caprica. So you had the Cylon occupation of New Caprica, and they kind of worked that in to where the Cylons were playing sort of the Cardassian role, and obviously the Colonials were playing the role of the Bajorans, but they got to use that storyline that they never got to use on DS9. I'd always thought that was fascinating. That was in one of the things back when I had the Blu-ray box set, which sadly ended up with the chick that I was dating a few years back, and she somehow managed not to I had let her borrow it, and she somehow managed not to give it back. Sad, but yeah, that was one of the things that they had touched on in one of the commentaries on the disc. So yeah, that's a nice little tidbit of trivia for
Sounds like half of my Star.
Mhm.
That sounds like half of my Star Trek collection.
Yeah.
Like that, X got away with that, and a bunch of others, DVDs, and
So
what happens, I guess.
Adego, what saith you? What do you think? Which one was better?
Knowing some of the hidden things that were in the original series, I'm torn.
Okay, fair enough.
It's it's definitely a 70s thing where the edge that the new one doesn't have, and that edge I like. But there's some of you may know that there is a whole hidden religious thing in 78. I mean,
Mhm.
big time, and most people don't realize how deep it really went.
Oh yeah, there was.
So it was identified.
Well, see,
But this one
yeah.
was. I mean, we had Starbuck, so
Mhm.
it was. I enjoyed it, and when they were coming out with a reboot, I wasn't as apprehensive as most people, knowing that they were switching Starbuck. Although I didn't think it was a good idea, but that first miniseries is like, dang, okay, one of the few times that they can actually reboot something, and it was as good. It's not good. Because they have totally different feels, and it depends on what part of the story I wanted to be interested in. Like I said, if I wanted to be interested in the religious and the more community-oriented one, then it would be the 78. If I wanted the edge and the heavy drama, it would be the new one. And the
Yeah, and
2008 was garbage, just garbage.
they addressed they addressed a lot of the religious stuff in the in the newer show
Or
because
yeah, but it's
you
not the
had
same. It isn't even close to the same.
yeah.
And I meant the
Oh no
2008
no
was the garbage one. Sorry.
the 1980 yeah 2080
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my brain is so
We're,
racked. I've been doing nothing but
we're
writing and
watching it
editing
in
and writing. I'm so busy right now.
no
we're
I get
watching
it
it in the future.
But no,
2080.
the 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 whole premise of 78 was that Adama believed the texts of the Lords of Kobol, his religion. And that's why he was going after to find Earth, because he knew it had to exist because his religion told him so.
hmm
That was the undertone of the original 78.
yeah and they flipped it a little bit in '04 because if you notice, like the president was more the believer in the scriptures and stuff like that, and she was the one that was kind of fulfilling the prophecy of the dying leader. So she was the one that had the cancer and everything, and Adama went along with it because he knew it was the way to keep his crew together and everything else and not have everything go to shit, and also to give the civilians hope. So he went with it even though he didn't necessarily believe it, which is in stark contrast to obviously 78 because that Adama, Lauren Green's Adama, was definitely a staunch believer, and he was basically running on faith the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
This Dama was running on
I
a,
have to leave.
hmm? What's up,
No,
Bodega?
finish. You're good.
No, I was just saying this Adama was
No,
running.
go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, this Adama was running more on a need to keep order and not have chaos.
No, my thing was the one thing that I still find, even though it was done with early technology, the thing that was vastly superior with 78 was the bridge on the
Mhm.
Galactica. That bridge I thought was probably one of the best ones done in sci-fi for the time.
Oh, for a time, yeah, absolutely.
I still
agree.
like the design better than what Star Wars did. I like it better than the one now, even though it's more closer to a submarine or an actual battleship type. You guys in the Navy will know better than I did. It was cool. I really thought that was really cool design.
Part of me liked the fact that, and I didn't get to see much of the reboot, but there were no shields on Battlestar Galactica for either side. If you took a beating, you took a beating.
Mm-hmm.
The ships were, built to take a beating, and the Galactica took more than its fair share. And there was none of the. I hate to say it, but there's none of the magic, quote magic, that makes other sci-fi things work. It was just
Mhm.
it Battlestar Galactica, whether it was the 78 or the 2004, was more real, if that makes sense, compared to what other sci-fi series did. Am I making any sense?
No, I get what you're saying.
No, you're making
Yeah,
a
we
ton of
get it.
sense because when
Totally.
on the mini series showed up, I mean, it was the same with the first, but when the mini series showed up, Battlestar rolled and got hit with it. That's awesome. There's no, like you said, there was no shields. It was all just one extremely well built ship that could handle that type of stress. And I thought that was just awesome. I agree.
And just the design
I
of
think it was
a
Bill Hank
Battlestar.
is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
The design of a Battlestar, you
Hey,
got the impression it was designed to be. Okay, I relate it to an aircraft carrier because that's what I'm used to.
Hmm.
It was.
It's a beautiful ship.
I owned the model of it when I was a kid. Oh,
hey, hello, Tommy. Welcome in
Hello,
the Guinea Pig
hello.
Collective.
How's y'all doing?
Hey,
Hey,
at
look,
least you got the
Tommy,
Hey,
translator
boss.
working this time.
where did I see you before?
I'm nibbling around. I'm nibbling around. Hey, Admiral Doom.
yes.
I thought one of the things that was actually really compelling about that original series. Now, when you talk about the things that it generated off of the show, because the show was so well received, I think about all the merchandise that show actually generated as
yeah.
compared to the
Mhm.
newer shows.
We talked.
I had.
We talked
I,
about this on your show when I was in chat talking about the Cylon Raiders with the missiles that you could
Mhm.
launch.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
had
Well,
those.
here's another one I had. I didn't realize it until I started going over another toy line. There was this one giant toy. It was supposed to be like just a small section of the Galactica ship because that ship was just so fantastic. But they
Yeah.
had one small section of it, and you held it like almost like it was a giant gun, and it was supposed to be the launch tubes off the Battlestar Galactica ship, and it shot out the little foam Viper toys.
Oh, that was a rare piece. There were not many of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
super rare, dude. Jesus.
But I mean, all those characters were so compelling, and yeah, they were a bit more down to earth, and they were a bit more, so more so than just down to earth. They were a bit more believable, really, when you get down to it, than
Okay. Yeah.
a lot of the retakes. Because some of the things that they do in some of these retakes, they're not quite as believable as they were in those original shows.
I
I mean,
don't
at
know.
least in my opinion.
I don't know, Tommy. The 2000 series was good.
Although the bridge on the 2004 series, while not, I mean, it was believable in its own way with him with the phone in his hand all the time.
Well, yeah, because everything was old school and analog.
Yeah.
You got to remember the reason the Galactica was the way it was in a 2004 show. It was supposed to be like, think of it like one of the old World War II battleships that's still floating around, and then you've got like, and the perfect way to contrast that is the new Pegasus. When the new Pegasus came in, it showed the difference because the Pegasus was all modern and everything else. And you got this old, like, basically World War II relic from the first Cylon War, essentially, that is the Galactica that was getting ready to be decommissioned. It's got all analog shit. It's got old school propulsion, everything else, and old school Vipers. So I mean, it was made to have that feel, but the way that the CIC was, I thought the CIC was cool looking because I liked the Dratus and everything else, and I thought the Dratus system was cool.
Yeah. I mean, the bridge, from what I saw of the bridge, that was, and now I've seen
I could agree with that.
the clips, but the bridge I mean, both bridges were done well. I mean, I've been in, the CVIC on an aircraft carrier. I know what, you know, modern Navy looks like. Well, okay, modern Navy 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, they did it well. They really did it well. But Ronald D. Moore has always been one of those who does a lot of research before he
Right.
steps off onto something.
Well, yeah, and the reason too that he knew what he was talking about was he was former Navy.
Yeah.
So, there was that too. So, the 2004 show had, a very good degree of believability and everything else. I thought it was good. I mean, it just comes down to aesthetics. What people like, and listen, I know even now because it was a huge debate when that came out. Like when the when the show debuted, well, when the miniseries came out in 2001, there was a ton of people that were fans of 78 that said, oh, fuck this show, and da da da, this is awful, and didn't give it a shot whatsoever because they are just staunchly in that camp. They just didn't want to conceive of another Battlestar. That was a Battlestar to them. And hey, look, I get it. I absolutely get it. But
Okay, and we don't have that with the Star Trek and Star Wars.
oh no, we have it with both. Don't get me wrong, but it's just yeah.
I was one of
I'm
these
going to
guys.
back up so when the lightning hits, it doesn't go through the internet and get all you.
I was one of these guys that was really pissed when I found out they were turning Starbuck into a woman. Until I watched the series, and then it was like Katie Sackhoff was friggin' amazing.
Yeah, she was.
That didn't bother me.
Was.
That didn't bother me at all. It was the quirk that Starbuck was the call sign and not the name.
Well, I didn't mind her being named Kara Thrace.
Right, but I mean, okay, I don't really mind it. It's just one of those little things that, the little differences that I'm not saying that's going to keep me from watching it. That's not where I'm going with this. It's just
The little nuances.
the little nuances.
I totally get it. The little nuances that you just kind of.
Besides that, like I said earlier, I was jealous of Starbuck. He had a choice between Athena and Cassiopeia.
Yeah. That's a hard choice, too.
Well, another reason why I liked it right away was, I had also enjoyed a show that was a few years before that, which was Space Above and Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that show kind of got me into that mode where I really liked the battle, the way that this style Battlestar was, because it reminded me a lot of Space Above and Beyond as well. It had that kind of vibe.
Hey, Eris has arrived. Hello.
Thanks for stopping by, Eris. Glad you
Hi,
could
Eris.
at least
I guess she's
pop
going
in.
to buy.
The mighty Eris of Chaos, of course, man. That's awesome. But
I know.
but yeah, I really kind of enjoyed it too, because it had that Space Above and Beyond feel to it, and I thought that was pretty neat as well. Like as I was first watching the miniseries.
Well, if I actually thought about it and I sat down and watched 1978 today, I'd probably be scared to death because it was that campy and that dated.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to admit it, but that's one of the reasons why TOS is not. It's TOS on the Star Trek side of it is my number 3 series in favorites. Is because of the campiness and the. But that's just minor detail.
So What's your number one?
Deep Space Nine.
Okay. I like DS9.
And then
Of course, I
Enterprise.
started around.
My
I
number
started
one's sitting right there on my shelf. Right there. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
over there. Still learning
78.
this too, right, Mr. Hyde?
What's that?
Still learning this too, right?
Yeah.
I don't think in reverse, damn it.
I don't know. When you're talking about the Star Trek series of shows, I mean,
Yeah.
quite honestly, I find now for rewatchability purposes, I find that the Enterprise series is far beyond some of the other ones in rewatchability.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you take Deep Space Nine, now Deep Space Nine is a really good show, and it's one of those shows that you have to go all the way through it. And once you've gone through it a few times, to keep watching it because you got to go through so many episodes before it actually gets good, because it's a very slow burn in the beginning. Enterprise starts off pretty much. It starts off fairly quickly with the whole thing with the Klingon that they got to take back to Kronos. So I mean, you're jumping right in with Enterprise, and I don't know. I found that show extremely enjoyable for rewatchable purposes until you get to like the last season in season 4, and then it kind of falls a little bit off a cliff. As far as I'm concerned,
I think
there's a lot of it that's just eh.
to me, Enterprise worked the other way around. The first season, it started good, and then it kind of slowed down. Now, one of the reasons why I always liked Enterprise is because in the first season and second season, it was more of the exploration like the original Star Trek had.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a reason I liked Enterprise, and it was Jolene Blaylock.
Well.
I'm just being honest. I mean, shit.
Well, no, I mean, Enterprise went back to that exploration.
And of course, Hoshi Sato. I liked her too.
Oh, Linda Park.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
That even got a ding going.
Well, hell yeah. We're all red-blooded
No,
men.
you were hearing the wrong guy. No,
Oh,
There
that
ain't
was
nobody
a
that ain't-
dog.
no, none of the women on Enterprise did anything for me.
Really? Damn.
Yeah,
Of course, I was always more partial to Esri Dax than Jadzia Dax. So,
Yeah.
but, and then when they started the Zindi arc,
Yeah, it was season 3, I think, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Season-
Yeah.
season 3 Zindi arc, I liked it because it was building, but it was. And then season 4's explanation of a lot of things I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
But Deep Space Nine I liked because it was, well, I hate to say it this way, not Star Trek. In that Roddenberry's Star Trek was always this utopia of rainbows and unicorns, and Deep Space Nine was anything but.
Mm-hmm.
And Enterprise was the same way. Because there was no federation of rainbows and unicorns.
I think that's what set it apart from the rest of the Trek series. It was a different approach, and different. Sometimes different is good, and I liked it. I thought it was good, but it still felt like Trek to me.
What, Deep Space Nine?
Yeah.
Well, it felt like that's not what I mean by not feeling like Trek. What I mean is that Roddenberry's universe was perfection. And you went into Deep Space Nine.
Parrot head.
Yeah. The Deep Space Nine started out explaining that this was going to be not your father's federation. You know what I mean? Things were going to get nasty. Things were going to get dirty. Things were going to be more real. So
it did feel a little more real than
right. and that's why and Enterprise always had the feel, the ship itself always had the feel of a submarine. Always did. And
That has always been prominent. It does always feel like some type of submersible. But yeah, I'd pin it as a submarine. Go ahead.
and back to the Battlestar Galactica, yeah, they had that submarine naval vessel feel to them. It was grounded more in reality. As much reality as you can get on a sci-fi show. How's that?
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the hate, but that's okay. But
Right.
I think it would be number 2 for me would be Voyager. And if you're
Okay.
talking about
709.
ladies that I appreciated, B'Elanna Torres I would pick as one of the high ones. Nothing from Enterprise.
Oh, in the
But-
real world, Damar's ex-wife. Yeah.
But I think the reason why is because they weren't tied to familiar Federation space. It was always something new, something different. Granted, the captain had her issues, but I like that one a lot, and I know
I
a lot
don't
of
know
people
where
don't.
you would think Captain Caesar would have her problems.
No, but it was, for me, I enjoyed it. It wasn't, your standard Trek, but it was, if you were to take a ship and throw it out without all the honeydew and resources that they have in Federation space.
Yeah.
Tough decisions, everything was new almost all the time. And I dig that, especially when I got into with 8472 and the Borg.
Oh, yeah.
709.
The one thing that bothered me about Voyager is that they always figured out how to beat the Borg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Borg weren't to be feared anymore. They figured this out.
I don't know, to me, Voyager always felt like it was just plodding along. It never really did anything for me, and I really did try. I tried to watch it.
No, and I know my opinion's different than most people, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't get through it. I couldn't.
I just
I was that
remember
way with Enterprise.
I just remember that the first time I ever saw 7 of 9, it was on a 100-inch TV. And trust me,
That would have been nice for you.
it was a very nice view. Okay. My buddy and I sat on the couch and looked at each other and went, "Nice, never mind."
Wasn't she like a Baywatch girl before?
I don't know, but she
I don't
played a
know.
Marine on NCIS at one, or a JAG at one point.
Who?
Jerry
Glenn.
Ryan.
Or Jerry Ryan, yeah.
Jerry Ryan.
Mr. Hyde's
I
having
don't know,
problems now. We'll give him a private moment.
Well, here's my thing, and it kind of sucks now, but with a lot of the shit that's going on, man, I lost a ton of respect for a lot of actors and actresses. So,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say that I liked Jerry Ryan back then, not so much now.
That's kind of like the way I feel with Rose McGowan.
Well, actually, Rose McGowan has been like kind of blackpilled lately. She's like kind of gone after liberals, which is hilarious.
Oh,
Well-
so she's turning coat now.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Keep
one's
in
Rose
mind,
McGowan? Because I'm terrible with names.
Rose McGowan was
She was in Charmed.
she was the replacement after Shannon Doherty and Alyssa Milano couldn't get along on set on Charmed.
Mm-hmm. And you know what is also actually who I gained a ton of respect for was Gina Carano.
Yeah,
She's
she's
catching.
not taking shit, eh? She's
She's
No,
ca-
not.
she is not.
yeah, she's
She's like a
catching more.
hero nowadays.
She's catching more shit than a porta potty. Th- During a chili cook-off.
And
It's
Wouldn't that be a porta potty in a flea market?
yeah, well, she is sitting there and weathering the storm, guys. She is just,
Yep.
and
like,
she's
hey,
beasting it too.
yeah. Well,
The
I
best
think
thing, she has not apologized over her opinion, where most
no,
of Hollywood, they would cave already.
oh yeah, she won't apologize, and I think a lot of it has to do is she came from a different world into acting, and she is a part of that club. They never let her into that club, so she just said, "Fuck it."
Well, Drew, what about oh God, why am I going to blank on his name now? Guy that played Damien. I always blank on his name.
Damien from what?
Friday after next.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Fuck, I can't think of
Or
his name either.
Chris
Yeah.
Tucker.
No, the big dude.
Oh,
He was in the Expendables too.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Terry
Terry
Crews.
Crews. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's yeah, what about him? I mean, he was going after those people for quite some time, fighting
Oh yeah,
against them
yeah.
until eventually they made him bend the knee too. I mean, this is the one thing you got to worry about with people that are actors because their professional careers depend on public, their public persona and how they're being received.
Oh
And
yeah.
if there's enough people in Hollywood that say, hey, you know what? We don't like all this negative that's coming around you just from this small niche group. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to tell you need to apologize or else you're not going to be working. And she could wind up finding herself easily in that position.
It sounds like somebody dug up some stuff on his home life.
Yeah, but that's exactly what these people do. They go back 10, 15 years or more, and they dig something up from your past to use against you.
It's like the blacklists all over again.
Oh, they are.
Are you a
Man.
communist?
Yeah, that's their MO. But this is how that whole club works, and not to get in a whole political discussion, but I mean, guys, we've seen it left and right. This is how cancel culture and this whole club works. It trickles down all the way from Hollywood into the general culture. That's what they're teaching, is that greater sort of those type of tactics, the Alinsky tactics, and that's why that people do that, because one of the most effective ways to get people to conform is to character assassinate and get them in compromising positions.
Yep.
There is a counterculture that's already started. You guys probably have heard. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's already setting up a opposition to the abusive and woke of Hollywood. But I also a family member.
Antonio Sabato Jr.
That's the one, yeah. But I also have a family member, my niece. The guy's really cool. We've chatted quite a few times. My niece married this guy, and if I started rattling off his program, it's okay. But he also did a lot of children's programs. Yo Gabba Gabba is his. But either way, he's part of that too, where they tried to come in and force him to unionize. They tried to get his group to change the way they did things, and he says, nah, and it was all in Hollywood, and he says, all right, guys, we're moving. And he took it to his group to Utah. I can't remember where exactly there, but there they weren't under the same
Are you
stress.
talking about Biz? Are you talking about Biz Marquis?
You say he's just a friend.
Yeah,
That's
Biz
not
Marquis.
his name.
Yeah, I don't know his real name, but
Yeah, no, that's not his name.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Because I know Yo Gabba Gabba was his baby, and he also
Oh,
had Mark.
amazing stuff. And he's
Go ahead. He also had a lot of talent on there. He had Mark Mothersbaugh, the lead singer of Devo, doing the art section.
I don't with you guys, or did I?
No, you're here.
Okay,
Barely.
my internet's been acting up.
What were you saying, Adiga?
But no, well, I went quiet for a bit because I thought I had phased out, so you probably didn't miss anything. But it's just he's part of that counter group that is saying, you know what, Hollywood's had their day. It's time for them to die, and we're not bending the knee or bowing to whoever wants to pay us enough money, blackmail us, because there's a group that can't be bought, and he's part of that. So it won't be long before we see a strong enough group that will
Well, people are already
embarrass the heck out of them. How's that?
A lot of people are tired of it.
Yeah, a lot of people are tired of it now, and they're starting to speak up against it.
Yeah,
And act up against it.
yeah. There's pushback. You know, I mean, because of the, you know, it's our hashtag in general. You know, I mean, you don't have to like the other people in the Phantom Menace or anything else, but the general thing of the hashtag everybody can get behind, which is, you know, to get back to telling good stories. You know, and that's what I think everyone is here for, and that's why, you know, all the YouTubers in the Phantom Menace, and, you know, even if you're not Phantom Menace, in the greater community that enjoy these franchises, you know, we're all on board with trying to get you know, stories told again, and get back to escapist entertainment, not this garbage we have now.
Yeah, Hollywood's screwed right now.
Yeah.
Escapism should never have, you know, preaching of politics involved or shaming people because you believe a different way. It's supposed to be escape, like you said.
Exactly.
Take you to a new world or a new environment.
Mm-hmm.
Visit places that you've never seen before.
Well, it's not to say that there's never been any politics in most shows. There's always has been, just a little bit, but it's just the way that they're representing a lot of these politics now, where they're just forcing it down everybody's throat, and you're going to like it whether you like it or not type of mentality that is actually off-putting to most people.
Right.
There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, like I said, that's Capper to 6 all the way.
I have a very simple theory when it comes to Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
The road to hell is not paved with good intentions. It's paved by Caltrans.
Oh,
Well, Ricky Gervais said it well, didn't he,
They
in
were
his
4 hours.
speech on the Academy Awards? You know,
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to say I don't really
Nailed
have
it.
a problem with people being everybody's different. Everybody's got their own opinion. Like I used to say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Some are bigger than others. That goes for both opinions and assholes.
Well,
Mine is everyone has one and they all stink.
keep in mind, though, Star Trek the original series always had a political message in it. Almost always. And yet we didn't mind it because it was
coded as science fiction.
right. What they're taking the most of writers today are taking that hidden message and saying, well, they had political messages, why can't we? And it's just they're not hiding it the way that.
Also, they
So it's
weren't
always
pushing hard
story
communism
first, right?
and shaming. They didn't tell the story by shaming people. They told the story most of the time by making you think. You know, when Next Generation, they had all the different, and we know all the different episodes. You know, with Riker falling in love with androgynous or this or that or the other. We know all those. But in a way that would shame the audience into believing the way the author was, which is what Tommy was saying. You know, now it's, if you don't believe, there's something wrong with you. You're an istophobe. You're somebody terrible,
Yeah.
and you need to be shamed either into silence or conformity.
Yep.
But they
Well,
didn't do that before.
look at what a brilliant story when there was that episode of Deep Space Nine where they explored civil rights, and they did it in such a good way. You know, and then you have, you know, you don't see writing like that anymore, because it left it presented it in such a way where it wasn't preachy to the audience. It left it up to the audience. But that's back when, like, writers respected their audience.
And and most of the audience had an IQ above 0.
Right.
Right.
I mean, admittedly, a lot of the problem we're having right now is the fact that people don't believe in thinking anymore.
No.
Okay? Because they're told in school they don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you can only do that so much.
What is thinking? What is free thought?
Mm-hmm.
They
Well,
do
it's more
not
than
know of
just
these
free
things.
thought. It's you know, because
No.
some of you guys are in the writing community and read, you know, like these old authors, and it's not just a matter of having a thought. It's a matter of having a mind that's open to be able to consider other people's thoughts and contrast to compare within your own head. You can have all the thoughts in the world, but if you can't consider somebody else's opinion on a objective and very non-critical view, so you can understand it and be able to make a sound judgment out of it, then your ability to actually comprehend basically how to breathe is so much more limited. And you know, going along with Doom, they don't teach them that. You know, they learn to read by reading basically manuals instead of reading books that will make them consider how other people think, how other people feel, what people that you've never been, and that's a lot of what's missing.
Well, see, I dislike 5 types of people. I make it clear: morons, liars, hypocrites, bigots, and bullies. And unfortunately, SJWs tend to fit in all 5 categories at once.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Because the very definition of the word bigot is, if you don't like somebody because of what they think, what they look like, what they feel, that makes you a bigot. Oh, wait a minute. Bullies force their opinions down other people's throats. It's, to me, it's that simple.
Yeah, and they lack the reasoning power to understand that they are what they claim to be fighting against. They just don't see it. A lot of them don't. They're just incapable of processing that information or actually believing it. And then some of them are and are just jerks, but
Yeah, well.
Well, I think what most of these bullies do as well is they just don't go after people and try to browbeat
What?
them into submission. What most bullies do is they actually just take the approach that if you're not fitting in with their objective and their line of thinking, that they're going to do everything they can to make you look bad in order to shame you into seeing their point of view.
Mhm.
And they just go out of their way to attack people. I mean, that's why you wound up having the bullies that would be in laundromats. Like when I was a kid, when I was a small kid, and I'm 6'1", 220 pounds now. But when I was a little kid, I was this short, little, skinny ass kid running around in a laundromat when my father was doing clothes. And the teenage bullies, they just love to pick on somebody like me because, you know, I'm not the type of person that they would like to look at. So what did they do? When my father wasn't looking, they picked me up and they threw me in a freaking garbage can because they cannot tolerate anything outside what they consider their norm. And that's
Well-
what these people do now, except they do it with words, or they do it with your past was saying, oh, well, he's a racist or she's a racist because she said that. Or, oh, well, she has the wrong skin tone. So, you know, we need to shame her and she needs to apologize. And that's what these people do. And that's how they bully people now. But most people turn a blind eye to that.
I have two very distinct retorts to most of those people. One, they are luckier than me because they can kiss my ass and I can't. And two, I've actually said this to somebody. I said, you know what? I tell you to go fuck yourself, but even you have better taste than that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
All right, with that lesson in being able to insult, I need to sign off, gentlemen. It's good talking with you guys.
You have a good one, buddy.
Take care.
Take care, Adega.
Yeah, I'm going to say goodnight too. It's almost 1 o'clock here, and
almost lunchtime. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So
it was nice talking to everybody, and
Yeah.
Take care.
Yes, thank you.
Take care, guys.
See you later, Mr. Hyde.
Later, Mr. Hyde. Bodega.
So, as you guys can probably tell, I have a distinct problem being sociable.
No way.
Didn't have a clue. Absolutely not. No freaking way. You not social?
Rules exist. Were you there, Haster? Did you happen to see the new one I added today and put on a mug?
Negatory Ghost Rider.
Doom's rule number 184. Oh shit, I forgot.
Well, that's pretty profound.
Yeah.
No, he's probably going to look at it right now.
No, I'm just being a wise ass.
That's the rule. Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh, so I was right for being a wise ass then. Okay.
Well, you probably have the same problem I do, Tommy. I have to be a smart ass. It's the only part of my body that has a brain. You know, it's when I get it to talk that people get scary.
My dad always said I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass.
No, words to live by, right? Honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
It really truly is just a shame the way things have gone with like all these different franchises, in my opinion. But I mean, I think a lot of these people they missed out on stuff as their child, in their childhood. They just missed out on so much, and there's so many things that have been changed and watered down. And I mean, look what they do in history books. I mean, they hide real history in history books. Now, how are these kids ever going to learn anything when more and more every day they start hiding more of that stuff?
Well, actually, Tommy, they've taken and are teaching fake history now. There's the New York Times. Some people from the New York Times got together and wrote this thing called the 1619 Project. And there are schools actually adopting it as real curriculum. It teaches an alternative history based on the fact that, America was founded on racism. and it's absolutely ridiculous. But they're teaching it as a curriculum, not as you know, it doesn't even belong in schools, but they brought it in, and it's on purpose because again they're trying to mold people's brains a different way.
Well, they did the same thing when I was a kid. When
now they're
introduced-
basically engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yeah, in a sense, but they did.
So now you're saying they're basically engineering social justice warriors.
Oh, they are, absolutely. There has been rampant social engineering going on for years, but it's now like blatant. They don't care that it's just blatant right out there.
Well, hey, Drew, do you remember the first time that they started introducing Darwin's theory as a fact in schools?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
I remember the very first time it happened. I was in 6th grade. I want to say it was 5th or 6th grade, and the teacher came off and she had the quiz out there and she said, well, this is the theory and da 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 da. And she asked me, do you believe that you came from apes? And I put no. And she wanted to fail me for the whole test because I put no on that one question when she was trying to push it.
Yeah.
And according to her own books, it's still just a theory because it's never been 100% proven.
Right.
So don't tell me it's a fact if you can't prove it. That's all. And don't ask me to co-sign to it. So they were doing this kind of stuff back then, back in like, what would that have been? That would have been early 80s.
Mm-hmm. And that was a direct shot because they didn't want people. They were trying to steer people away from believing in God, and they wanted you to go with the theory of evolution. But there's a thing. It's like, hello, it says theory of evolution. It doesn't say fact of evolution. It says theory of evolution.
Okay. And I have another simple premise in my life. I can prove Darwin wrong. All I have to do is drive out on the interstate, because if this is survival of the fittest, we're screwed.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But no,
all I got to do is try to walk across the street.
That is a brilliant observation, Tommy. Jesus Christ, that is a brilliant observation. But yeah, you're exactly right. That was like, I think the kind of the test bed, kind of the sort of early prototype of all this, and then they started to move in more and more with different subjects, and then now you've got it to where they're just full-blown alternative history, and I'm sure you guys have seen the recent shit, paying attention to your Twitter feeds and just reading the news. Alternative math. They literally are trying to tell people 2 + 2 is 5. What the fuck?
Gotta love it.
I mean,
is that Common Core stuff?
One.
No, it's beyond that. There was some dude that said math is racist, and he went and was trying to explain 2 + 2 is 5.
Okay. Here's how I figure it. Okay. I count in binary on my fingers. Okay.
Right.
1, 2, + 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And if he really pisses me off, I give him a 132. Because this is 128.
I mean, yeah.
I've been programmed too long.
I mean, it's clown world because this is the shit that they are putting forth in the public schools, and the same thing. They're changing the curriculum around, post George Floyd, obviously, and now they're pushing, diversity and inclusion early on, and they're pushing all these racial tolerance things and this and that, and all these different initiatives, and trying to perpetuate stuff that is very divisive, and back in our day when we were in school, it would be considered subversive. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Okay, here's what I how I like to look at this. They want diversity. Okay, I have a black college student, male, a Latina female, a Latino lesbian, a Latino male, 2 white guys, and that is my and 1 homosexual male. That is my crew. Now, does that sound not diverse to you?
Sounds pretty diverse to me.
Yeah, sounds perfectly diverse.
Okay, that's my crew. Those are the people that work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a problem with any of them.
No, as most people would not. But see, this isn't how the woke SJW generation looks at it.
I mean, I haven't talked to them in years, but some of the people I love to hang around with were transgender. They were men, became women, but they were transgender lesbians.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had 2 things covered in the same. I mean, and I love those 2. They were just so fun to be around.
Checking all the boxes, aren't you?
But I'm the ist and the phobe? Really? What meeting did I miss? That's the question I have. And, I'm tired of it. I really am.
Yeah, it's just really, it's almost depressing how everything's going.
Yeah, I just don't get it. They want to bring people together, but they want to do it divisively. How does that work?
I don't know, but that Star Wars and Star Trek going all downhill brought all us together, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for Star Wars going downhill, I wouldn't have met any of you.
I'm trying to remember how I even got involved in YouTube.
I got involved in it because I got sick of watching regular TV.
Well, yeah, there's that. I started watching YouTube because my wife bought me an Xbox.
I was a game streamer on Twitch before I came here. But I got tired of what all was on TV. And yeah, all the stuff they were trying to shove down our throats. It did feel like they were trying to make us think how they thought. And that just don't sound right. That doesn't fly with me. They don't like free thinkers.
No.
But the way I see it, history and invention is full of free thinking people.
Well, what kills me is they're going on and on about how capitalism is bad, yet they're using it to benefit their point of view. They're too stupid to understand hypocrisy and too entitled to think that, they might actually be wrong. Hey, Tommy, do you see what's going on behind me here on this side?
Houston to Tommy. Come in, Tommy. Over.
Oh man, is he still here?
Commander Tommy, report to the bridge.
No, I was gonna actually like do a stream tonight, but I decided to hold off till tomorrow. But
What time tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, Doom, because well, see, okay, and I won't get super into it, but there was an incident that happened yesterday that over in Portage County, and this girl that's an independent journalist, fairly well known. She's a blue check on Twitter. Millie Weaver. She got arrested, and it was like an out of the blue thing. They just rolled up on her property and told her they were arresting her, and she had to go before a grand jury, and that was that. It was essentially like a sealed indictment or something like that. But what was funny was minutes before, she had uploaded a documentary about psyops and the deep state and everything, and it named names that had two whistleblowers that worked, actively in the government that spilled a lot of tea, and and I watched the documentary. It's friggin' explosive.
So you've seen said document.
Oh, Hester, it is eye-opening, believe me, because
Do you have it?
oh, I can DM you the link. It is here on YouTube, but I can DM you the link. But I promise you, when you watch it, this is like cloak and dagger type shit, and it's very. By the time you get to the end, it's just very chilling what's happening because holy Jesus. People are so used to what's going on the surface that and I think that people are so distracted by bickering at each other that they're not actually when you peel away the layers and look deep, like if you actually go after the deep state, holy crap, then shit happens to you like what happened with Millie. I mean, they're not screwing around because there are major names named in there, at least two active generals, along with people in the NSA, people in the FBI. It's crazy, but it'll blow your mind. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna send you the link. Hold on.
Yeah, I had to silence myself for a little bit. I was talking to my wife, and she had a few questions to ask me. So,
oh, okay. You see what's going on behind me here right here?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy?
yeah.
That's my old school arcade game that I built.
Nice. What is that, like a 3 foot? Or is that like the 4 foot one?
It's actually 6 feet tall.
Really? It doesn't, well, I mean, I guess the angle, sitting in the background doesn't look it.
Hang on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I I built that one, and the controller is ambidextrous and everything. But this is you talk about old school games, old school toys. This is how old school I tend to be.
Here you go, boys. I just sent that off.
You know, I have very fond memories of. Now, this is like one of the few things that I liked about Jersey when I used to live there. Is I used to like this place called Asbury Park, and Asbury Park had a giant, and I mean giant, arcade center in there.
Oh yeah.
And one of the games that I used to go there every summer when my parents would take us, they would take me multiple times a year to go to Asbury Park and just hang out and play the arcade games, go out to the beach and whatnot. But one of the games I always played every single time I went there was Sinistar. Do you remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess, he's got it on there.
Probably.
I know he does. Sinistar was a great game.
Used to love
Did you
that
slap
game.
it through Twitter or?
Yep. I sent it to both you and Mr. Doom.
Yes, I got. See, Sinistar.
I am Sinistar.
Run, coward, run. I live.
Man, I miss that stuff.
Not only, you know what I have invested in this arcade game that I built back here? $300.
That's it?
Yeah. I built the cabinet myself. I built the controller myself. It's $40 worth of parts for the controller. The Raspberry Pi was $60 total. I got about $40 in lumber. The monitor was $100. That's the extent of it. So
That's pretty freaking awesome.
You know, I'm going to build a second one because I don't. You know, my first one is never as good as I want.
Well, I mean, quite honestly, it's like anything. If you're completely satisfied with it the first time, you're never going to be able to do better. So,
yeah,
most people usually aren't satisfied with their first takes on things. Like when I do all my videos, I am never completely satisfied with any of them. Not a one of them.
But I mean, it's just, there's not much involved in this. Like I said, the most expensive part was the monitor. And I'm thinking that when I do it again, I want to turn the monitor vertically. Because most games had the vertical monitors instead of the horizontal monitors.
Yep.
So,
how about you go all out next time and you make one that you can actually sit in?
You know, if I had the room down here, I would. I've already got one in my head that I'm going to put 4 monitors in and 4 sets of controllers. So that 4 people can play like Joust or Gauntlet together. And have their own controllers, have their own monitor.
Cool.
And if you're playing a 2-player game, player 1 is here, player 2 is here. MAME knows, you tell it what controllers you want for each player. So if I tell it the left-hand side is player 1 and the right-hand side is player 2, okay, you each have your own. There's no switching places.
We are beyond the soup.
Yes, we are. 23 hours and 55 minutes till I actually do my thing again. Yeah, I was reading, Drew. I don't even remember what stream I saw, but they were talking about that journalist being arrested. I think it was Tim Pool.
Yeah. It's scary out there now, and I'll tell you what: if you're an independent journalist and you're trying to find the truth right now, you're a target because you get too close to the truth, they'll disappear you some way, whether it be some bogus arrest or worse. And you guys know what I'm alluding to as worse. Just look up Seth Rich. Yeah, I mean, it's scary times. Now, I put out a tweet earlier today where it's like, to independent journalists out there, don't, keep using your voice. Now is not the time to be quiet. Just go after the truth, and that's all you can do. I mean, sure, I've got a lot at stake personally. Like if I write about these things or I talk about these things, because obviously Tommy knows my personal situation. I have a senior mom that I take care of alone, and it's just the two of us, and I have my own physical limitations with what I'm trying to rehab from these spinal injuries, but I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to go away, and I'm going to keep researching different things, because to me, I want to get down to the bottom of it. And if it takes me somewhere that is deep, so be it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be deep, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be dark and solitary.
Yeah, well, let's hope not.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Tommy told me earlier. He said, be careful, and he's right. I know.
It's
You never be too careful anymore with the way things are.
Yeah.
That's what they always said, information is power.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling people that if I had all the money in the world, I'd make some of the most bad business decisions in the planet. I'd buy me a news network and fire everybody for being liars.
I knew there was a reason I made Sombra on Overwatch, because if you hold all the information, you hold all the cards.
That's true. Yeah. It's a shame. And it just kind of amuses me because
Love you, Carolina.
Because 10 years ago, and before, if you talked about this stuff, people called you a crackpot. People said, "Oh, you're just full tinfoil hat. You're full. This is just all conspiracy theories." People still say it now. There ain't a whole lot of people saying it now, because a lot of these conspiracy theories that were once conspiracy theories are becoming conspiracy fact. Well, just fact, not even conspiracy fact, just fact.
Right.
People didn't believe that, as you were talking about, Doom, in the media, and it goes back decades and decades, people never believed that. Like, you could explain it to them now that, hey, guess what? A lot of the people that work in news work for the CIA.
Right.
That's like my dad. He doesn't believe that there was anything political in Star Trek.
No.
I'm like, yeah, there was.
That was a nice thing back then, because TV shows and things like that, to a certain degree, got left alone, and they kept propagandizing to the news. And then after a while, it expanded to the TV and the movies, and they started running a lot more propaganda in both, because they had succeeded before when they experimented with running propaganda messages in movies and television, and it was a success. So then they started doing it in this country, and and it steadily grew and grew and grew till you got what we have now. And man,
Yeah. Um, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to go here soon so I can get something to eat and check on my wife and among
right.
other things.
It's good to have you.
mhm.
I'm gonna
Glad
try
you
and get a
come.
video done at some point today or tomorrow before I have to go live because, well, I've been kind of slack on that lately. Real
Uh-oh.
slack. Real
Yeah.
slack on that.
I've been slacking too. I usually get mine out like 2 or 3 hours before. I've been slacking. I think it was like
Well,
9 something when I finally got this video out.
I think it could be kind of interesting in that depending on how it goes down, I'll have a little more free time because I'll be moving to a different store that's like, closer to my house.
So that's looking up for you.
Yeah. So anyway, I leave you all with my undeniable rule of life number 129. Live life as if awesome and incredible are downgrades.
Nice.
I can get
Take
that.
care, buddy.
Hey, Tommy.
Nice.
I have them on mugs now too.
Nice. There you go.
Did you
They're
get that
not
done
real.
through Teesprings?
No, actually, I go through Stream Elements.
Stream Elements?
Yeah. Stream Elements will do merch for you.
I got it on white mugs and 4 different colored T-shirts.
Awesome.
So
Well,
I have to look into that sooner or later.
yeah, I think I'm gonna actually probably call it myself too, because I'm gonna chill and start getting ready for bed. I'm starting to hit the wall.
yeah. Okay. Good night, folks.
Yep.
Have fun.
Take care.
Take care, Haster.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on.
It was nice having you. I'm glad you can come on.
Yep. And Tommy, I'll see you. Lady Mist, I'll see you, dear. Take care of yourself.
See you down the road, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
Later, Gator. Stay awesome, dude.
All right, you too, buddy.
Well, I guess it's just you and me now, Tommy.
And then there was 2.
There were 2. And it got quiet.
Got deathly quiet. As a matter of fact, the silence was overbearing.
What? Yeah, I was about to say that. But what do you got going on?
Nah, just the typical stuff. Working on my toy videos and trying to work on my movie videos, and then preparing for Monday's live stream as always. I'm actually ahead of the game for once, though, so there's really not too many complaints as far as the live stream is concerned. It's just, wow, I've been bouncing around a lot more lately to different panels and everything. So my time that I'd usually devote to making videos on the toy franchises and movies and stuff like that is a little bit more limited than it usually is. So I'm finding myself playing catch up.
I like ketchup.
I know what it is I spend so much time sitting there trying to edit out a lot of those videos, and I never get it exactly where I want it. And I'm always fiddling with the videos every time I start editing them. But I can easily sit there and I could spend probably like 3 or 4 hours easily just editing one video.
That's like a feat of mine trying to I'm trying to find this video clip of me singing the Dunwich Horror to the tune of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I mean, if I was like some of the other guys and I had like the paid StreamYard service where I could just like do lives for as long as I wanted, for as many hours as I wanted, you know what? I mean, I could easily probably do a lot of those videos without having to actually create a video. But I actually do have a lot of fun working on those videos, even though they're extremely time consuming. So I think that's probably one of the reasons I'll probably never get a paid version of StreamYards, because I don't want to make myself get lazy and then just do nothing but live streams.
I kind
Because
of
I
like
know
the whole.
I would
Yep,
do it.
I like the whole live stream thing.
I I like it. And it's not that I don't like it. Obviously, being able to jump on panels and talk with fine people like yourself and Admiral Doom and Supreme Heretic, and so many other people. Like I was on earlier with a Sporking News podcast, and Lorena Creole and Final Death Star, Script Doctor, Jane Theory, Nerd Cookies. I mean, being able to sit there and chat with all those people live, I mean, it's awesome. It's incredible to be able to meet all these different people and be able to talk with them in real time, not just through a chat. I mean, that's it's something else to be able to do that. But in the same token, it is something else also as well to be able to create your own videos with your own little spin on things in the space and time that you want to create it for. So people that don't have the time to always catch the live streams, they could just watch a short video and catch some of your takes on things. So, I mean, it's just another way to be able to reach out to people that just don't have the time to sit there and watch an hour-long
Just
live stream,
watch an hour or 2 hour long stream,
Yeah.
or in this case, 3 hours.
But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to be able to do that. And I just don't want to lose sight of that, because that's actually where I started. Just, making my own little videos and putting my unique spin on it. So kind of like
Yeah,
that, what brought you to the dance thing? It's what I enjoy doing. So
yeah, I get the whole what brought you to the dance. Definitely. I think Loki got me into his talk about people getting on and having a voice, and got me back into streaming again.
yeah, don't I usually don't have the time to catch him most of the time, because usually he's on so much earlier, at least for me. I mean, especially if I wind up on some pretty late night streams. I mean, by the time I do crash out, it's usually pretty late or early in the morning, however you want to say it. And I'm usually not even like conscious by the time he's going. I mean, I've caught him a few times here and there, and usually I'm so tired, I won't even type nothing in the chat. I'll just watch it silently.
Yeah. Sometimes I catch it so late, it's like there's no sense in even typing at that point. But I understand. Yeah, I do get you about the whole not getting up that early thing. Of course, I reached for the Valkyries too after. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you heard all the stories about all the different channels that I was running around modding to at one point, but yeah, it was actually I had no time to myself at all at one point. And I was there to help out all these different channels, because I enjoyed it, but it just got to the point where that's all I was doing entirely, and it wound up becoming a bit much. So
yeah, it usually gets a little overbearing sometimes.
yeah,
I
don't ever
do
get drawn
understand.
into that. Don't ever get drawn into it.
I think
It-
I'm already starting to get drawn into it.
it'll wear you out. It will wear you out quick. I've seen a few people, they got into it hardcore, and started modding for all these different channels, and they were burned out within probably like 5 to 6 months.
It's taken me less than that, probably. I mean, I love helping out who I'm already helping out, but good people. But it's rather tiresome sometimes.
Yeah, it will be a bit much after a while. I mean, it's all a matter of, it's all a matter of, making yourself happy on this platform first and foremost, because if you're not having fun, what's the point?
Exactly. Gotta have fun with it, or otherwise it seems like a job.
I mean, unfortunately, I've known quite a few YouTubers. They, yeah, for one reason or another, they get a little bit burned out and they, have to take time off. Unfortunately, I just had a good friend recently. I've known him for over a year, and he just felt like he had to step away. So, and it's just one of those things. I mean, the burnout is real, and it can happen.
Mm.
Yo, JJ, what's going on?
What's up, JJ? How you doing? We were gonna. You wanna either come up here or something? You can come on up here if you want. We're just kind of shooting the YouTube breeze at this point, talking about wrenching in the pneumatic tubes of you. I like it. I think it's neat.
I tell you, I knew it started to become a problem for me when I wound up having a couple of giant long pages filled with more names than I could keep up with in it in each one when I was searching for them. Take like a minute to scroll from one end of the damn page to the other. Yeah, I think that's when I started having a problem with all the different channels that I was modding for.
I know you were around for a bit on multiple channels.
Yeah, been doing it. It's been over a year that I've been modding.
I only started like a few months ago, and I'm already starting to get burnout on it.
I had people warning me early on. They were telling me, you're modding for way too many channels and doing it in way too many at once. Because at one point I would actually have anywhere from 5 to even my maximum was I had up to 7 different channels going at once, modding on. And yeah, it was getting to be a bit much. Then you got to make sure you don't mix the links up in between all the different streams.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Butterflies just looked at my stream time, and she's like, "Holy shit, 3 hours." How you doing, JJ? How you doing? Coming out of the pneumatic tubes of you that you a little scuffed up?
Nah, man, I'm fried. I'm chilling. Me and my roommate just got to watching Avatar, and she's never seen it before, so I figured, all right, why not? So we
Really?
sat back, fried our brains, and
I thought everybody saw that movie already.
well, she says she's seen bits and pieces of it, but I'm like, all right, if you want to watch it, here we go. So we, smoked a lot of green. I think like
To
half a blunt, some of a bowl.
tell you the truth, I don't think I've seen the entirety of it. I think I've caught it like 5 or 6 times on TV, and I've still never saw the entirety of it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the entire thing, but still, I think it's a great movie. And I think it's like the third or fourth time I watched it fried out of my brain. So, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's pretty colors.
Never
Yeah.
watched it.
I always had a thing for Alice in Wonderland.
Hmm.
Like Disney's Alice in Wonderland. You could say I was obsessed for quite the longest time.
Well, Tommy, honestly, I think you might actually enjoy it. But then again, I've heard you,
Like I've had
I've,
both of
I've
the
heard you
books.
mention movies that I thought you personally would have enjoyed that you said you hated. So I'm like, you might like this, but
Well, the whole thing is I was never really into the show. That, just wasn't one of the things that I ever watched. I mean, it came out way after I'd pretty much stopped watching most of those type of shows. So it just,
mm.
it just wasn't something that interested me,
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
I mean,
I like
it's like Dragon Ball Z. I never watched that. I mean, that came out when my younger brother was watching cartoons all the time, and I was doing other things. I was working. I was playing in a band. I didn't have time to watch cartoons at the time, so I never got into it.
I just found out. Sometime in October, they're releasing a new GI Joe video game.
what?
Yeah, it's called Operation Blackout. And from what I can make of the trailer, it looks like a hybrid version of Borderlands
Huh.
with GI Joe characters.
I like Borderlands. I like the Borderlands series. Hey, I had the
Is
door open and my neighbor's cats are getting in here and looking at my food. Get.
It's co-op and player versus player modes. I'm like, seriously?
Eyeballing my food.
Mm. Who doesn't like food?
I don't think cats can have pork chops, can they?
Trust me, if they eat mice and rats and stuff like that, they can eat pork chops because it's still another form of protein.
Yeah, but they say it's not really good for them.
Well, what do you think cat food and dog food is?
Well, it's,
There's some of that stuff that is processed, yes, but there's other brands that actually has real food in it.
yeah, like that Purina stuff.
Yeah, man. I've opened some shit for my dogs when I was a little bit younger. Me and my first wife, we had a pack of dogs, like 5 or 6 dogs, and we'd always feed them dry food, but each of them got 2 cans of wet food a day, and some of that shit looked good enough to fucking eat. One of them shits looked like for real beef stew. I'm like, what the fuck? This ain't dog food.
This looks like human food.
Yeah, I wasn't about to try it though, but still. For real, peas and carrots and what look like potatoes in it. I'm like, are you serious? So what's happening, guys? I was just chilling out.
Yeah, we're just kind of maxing and relaxing.
Mm.
No, I'm gonna have to dip out.
All right. It was nice having you, Tommy. I'm glad you can come on, bud.
No, I'm glad I could stop by. I mean, I wish I would have been here sooner, but I happen to have been on another show right before, so by the time I got done there, I jumped over.
How you
Right
feeling,
on.
Tommy? You feeling better than you were last night?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I got a little bit of rest and everything. I got a few
Cool.
things I got to do tonight now, though.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I was just making sure you was feeling better.
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks.
I was going to
I
ask the
appreciate
same
that.
thing.
Yeah, it was no fun yesterday. I mean, I felt like death warmed over.
Hmm.
Not fun at all. But hey, I appreciate you having me on again.
Well, I'm glad to have you. Always welcome here here in Carcosa.
I will definitely catch you down the road. So,
If I don't talk to you beforehand, Tommy, I'll talk to you Monday night.
all right, awesome. All right, you guys, take care.
All right, later.
Go get some lettuce, man.
On it.
Later. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do right now.
That's all cool. I saw the thumbnail. Looked like you had a couple people on earlier.
What Oh, my thumbnail? Yeah.
Yeah. Like you had.
I need to get a new thumbnail.
Well, no, it. I guess depending on while you're live streaming, sometimes, whoever, like when I started looking to YouTube, at that moment it gave me the a thumbnail of you had 4 people on. It was Tommy, Admiral Franklin Oliver Doom,
Yeah.
and somebody else besides yourself. And I was like, oh, cool. Let's pop in and say hey. And when I came in, it was just you and Tommy. So
Yeah. We've had a lot of people out here. We've had Mr. Hyde. We've had Drew, the Supreme Heretic.
mm-hmm.
We've had let's see, we've had Adega, we've had Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective, we've had you and Butterfly stopped in for a bit earlier on.
Mm.
The Queen of Carcosa. That's my fiance. I love her. She's awesome.
The Queen of Carcosa.
Yeah, the Queen of Carcosa.
Okay. Is that her name?
That's what she goes by on
Okay.
my Discord.
Okay. That's cool.
Even Lady Mista, if she ever gets on there, goes by Lady of the Void.
Mm.
Every wrench has a little nickname, Lovecraftian style nickname.
Yeah, I just keep it simple. Even on Discord, I'm still just the same name. Sith Lord 3827.
Yep.
Just keep it simple, stupid.
Yep. That's what my dad used to say as well. Keep it simple, stupid.
Give it a little kiss.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just, I ain't trying to have a name.
I understand that.
The one I got is just fine. Because the only reason why I added the JJ part to my YouTube name is well, everybody kept calling Sith. I'm like, motherfuckers, I got a name. I'm not about to tell you, but I got a name. So I added the JJ as my initials. Keep it simple.
Yep. Well, I think I'm about to close up right now. It was nice having you come on.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity at least to stop in and say hey anyway.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice having you, even if it was just to say hi.
Well, no, that's cool. That's cool. I know Mr. CCDB's going right now with his after party,
Yeah,
karaoke after
I
party.
figured that's why we don't have very many people watching. But
Oh well, there's a couple other streams going on elsewhere also. But yeah, man. I'll stop in again whenever you're streaming again.
well, um, thank everybody in the chat. Lady Miss, thank you for wrenching. Parrot Head, thanks for the Heirs of Chaos. Stop by. Wow, thank you for popping in for a little bit.
Why? Yeah.
Well, Tommy, we got Tommy. Dal Sasaruno popped into the chat a little bit. Dega was here. Mr. Hyde, thank you guys for coming on. Dega, Tommy, and Admiral Oliver Franklin Dune, thank you for coming on as well. It's been a nice show, and it's been a long show, probably one of the longest I've done.
Yeah,
And I
I've done a 5 hour one myself, and that one about really just it took me a while to get the taste out of my mouth after that one. But the more you do, the better you are. The easier it gets.
so I say keep going on, keep being creative, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody otherwise.
Have a
We
good
don't
night,
need them
Lady
here at
Miss.
Carcosa either. Have a good night. Stay awesome. And for those who are into Lovecraft, stay Eldritch, everyone. Don't forget to keep being you.
Have a good night.
Good night, everyone. Darth Haster out.